With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shaz's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran shoot of feeling so insecure. The money he earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge toward, because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap, while DSP is chasing green. We're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. Snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if actually fun is shy or scant to see if powers make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty wife and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact, as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here and welcome to DSP Bingo for us today, Tuesday the 10th of January 2023. I do hope you're all doing well indeed. Phil was actually quite early for once. He was talking in his chat a whole few minutes before he was due to go live. The stream was live at a quite reasonable time as well, you know, and as you can see his pre-stream arch is running as usual. He's going to go to his wee, little boys room and then I'll get started. This actually might be an on-time start, or actually might start earlier than usual, going by Phil standards, because usually he waits a good 15, 20, 25 minutes before even beginning this stupid little fucking podcast. But yeah, this is, Phil seems to be fucking ready to go. And yeah, aside from what Phil said and taught earlier on, final consecutive streaming day of the week, there's a new YouTube views algorithm bug to discuss, but it'll be a mostly chill level 1 podcast, followed by the conclusion of Resident Evil 1 Remake. See you on stream in just a bit. That was what was said anyway by Phil, but not 9 minutes ago, probably 20 minutes ago now. But yeah. And also I included this wee bit at the top here. We're trying to wonder why Phil's been spending so much more money, or more than usual, on you know, he's been getting some decent tip days, right enough, you know what I mean, but the splurging that's going on in WWE Champions makes me think that his present from Mummy and Daddy for Christmas was basically money. He refused to say to anyone what it was he got given by Mummy and Daddy for Christmas, but it makes me think that all the spending that's been going on in WWE Champions means it was probably maybe a couple of $1,000 or something like that, you know. That's exactly the sort of thing, you know, he'd probably spin a sob story, it's been a rough year, I'm trying to get used to being on YouTube and all, you know, things are going well, but it could be better, not shit, and so yeah. I can definitely fucking see Mummy especially just saying, okay, here you go little Phil, here's some money again. So yeah, that's my theory anyway. I have zero justification to back up other than the fact that Phil refused to even say, when asked in chat, what his parents gave him for fucking Christmas. He didn't want to fucking tell anyone. He thought it was too fucking private to know, which tells me it was money. If he can't spin it as an actual fucking present, there's no harm in saying if it's a fucking present, like, oh, they gave us like a Christmas ham or something, or oh, they gave me like some clothing or whatever. No, he refused to tell, which makes me think it was a monetary present. But that's just my theory anyway. I have zero proof to back that up, but it wouldn't be the first time Mummy Burnell has fucking given Phil some money when requested. Anyway, let's spin this wheel and decide what we're going to use for a bingo card criteria today. Also a reminder, in case you missed it, we got a full house yesterday. So can we get 2 full houses in a row? Unique. Looks like Unique's going to win. Congratulations, Unique. You won a criteria today for picking the bingo card. I need a number, chat. Between 1 and 200 and... Oh, fuck it. The first number in chat I see, fuck it. No fucking set criteria, just fucking give us a fucking number. 42 from Tomio was the first one I saw. 42. We're going with a 40-second bingo card. All other numbers are invalid. Get it in the lot of yous for all trying to get your number in there. Because Tomio and beat to the fucking punch. 42. We're going with a 40-second bingo card, and I fucking went too far because I'm a dumb bastard. 2 seconds, go up the way. Go up some more. Here we go. The 43rd result is the 40-second bingo card, and it's a card on the right-hand side. We got Phil doing phone stuff. You guys, how's voice cracking? Hate to say, and hand graphs. What are hand graphs? Is when Phil uses his hands to determine something going up or down in some sort of numerical value. And that's going to be perfect for this fucking podcast, it looks like, because Phil's going to talk about some sort of views glitch from YouTube. So I can definitely see hand graphs coming in then. Phil getting 15 plus dollars in tips. YouTuber Chelsea. Excited. What I mean by that is, and chill. Phil has also promised a mainly chill stream, so also again looking good for this podcast. Necessarily business, him snorting, him laughing, and him talking about drama. The 4th row is Phil saying content, detractor or trolls, unique, by the way, and him giving a good old prayer hands to his chat. And the final row is Phil giving a good old leg slap. Who doesn't love a good fucking leg slap? Him doing siege mode. What is siege mode? It is where he folds his arms while he's talking to the camera. We kind of borrowed siege mode from Piece Odyssey. Please don't tell him I stole it, thank you. Him giving a thumbs up to the camera, him saying positive, and the final one is interactive. So there we go, this is a very strong looking card if I do say so myself. I feel quite optimistic. This could be a double full house. I don't think we've ever had 2 full houses in a row. That would be quite the thing. So let me save this card right now before I forget to save it, because I do sometimes forget to save the card. And by sometimes I mean one time ever. But one was enough. It was so embarrassing. It was so humiliating. The shame I felt that day of forgetting to save that bingo card. Right, there we go. The card inside. Fucking hurry for that. I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. We're back to here. Phil's fucking doing nothing still. As you can see, Phil's got 508 members, so he's still... Every time he thinks he's going up in members, he seems to fucking lose a few more again. And he's still quite far away from hitting his goal. Email come and save the goddamn day already, pal. Anyway. You all know the drill by now when it comes to the fucking bingo shenanigans. 25 snorts out of 25 equals a free space. 10 burps also equals a free space. 100 likes on Phil's stream before we end this gameplay is a fucking free space as well. And that is how we got our bingo yesterday, because Phil actually got 100 likes simply bubbles before gameplay was getting recorded. And also 100 likes here is a free space. So there's 4 potential free spaces. Yeah, enjoy some music, guys. We'll wait for Phil to go live.
I love it. Got me that. Gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. It's WWE Champions time. I'm stupid. WWE game plays like Candy Crush. Moving gems around, breaking colored gems. I love it. Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right, got me that. Gotcha. I love it. Got me that. Gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. Gotcha. Got me that. Gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago, a lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore, all right? Even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was, all right? Today, some shithead hater will take something that I say out of context, and a ton of morons will watch that video. So within a day or two, that video will get like 5,000 views. While my daily gameplay videos each are getting, what, like 1,000 views, if that? Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life. It became a meme, right? The meme was to hate on me. Were there legitimate reasons? At first, there were. But over the years, are you shitting me how I've changed? Like how different I am now? There is nothing fucking legitimate you could do. With the shit these people say and do, the insane amounts of slander and defamation about me that's just untrue on the internet. There's no way I could ever, in any capacity, legally or otherwise, there's no way I could even dispute 99% of the shit they say because of the insane amount of it that they say. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not?
Because I just want you guys to understand that means the world to me when I get a message like that. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has. And when I read a message like that, I'm sorry that I'm tearing up like a baby. But when I read a message like that, it makes me feel like it was worth it. You know, like all the shit that happened to me and all the stress and the mental shit that I go through on a daily basis, sometimes, that is worth it because there's people out there who got something out of all of this. You know, it wasn't just some dickhead in front of a camera, you know, doing stupid videos. That it actually meant something to people. And that means the world to me, that there's people out there that, you know, for a decade, that they've been watching me and they've been following me and they've been watching my life evolve and how I become a better person, you know?
Now, I do have a favor to ask, okay? I mentioned this on tonight's late stream. I'm going to probably be mentioning it on every stream this week. Here's the deal. This week, I have 2 very large bills due. But then, I also have my day off on Wednesday. I'm bringing this up because I need you to refocus your support if you were already planning on supporting me this weekend.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Fucking loser.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
Always going broke.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
If you think that someone who has to live day to day on tips and shit is funny, oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
Begging.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Always going broke.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. That's not begging.
Okay, I'll be honest, it makes me nervous because I've noticed recently there's actually been an uptick in super chats, which is great. It helps the channel long term, and certainly I'm not being ungrateful. And if that's the only way that you can contribute or support the channel, great. If you can help me and tip me, please do. That's what I need help with right now, okay? Again, I'm not asking for anything above and beyond. You know idiots will come out in prayers. Phil's saying he wants you to pay directly.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys and you know how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. Can you argue it's a begging model? I mean, I guess.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
Scumbags and mental cases on the internet still support. I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1. And I can't go on a honeymoon with my wife. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm on level 1.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills. I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. spend the bills.
If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had an opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy.
I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you. But I hope that that doesn't mean that people are going to forego tipping, because that would put me in a bad situation. And in particular, I don't know why you guys, okay, why are you laughing? Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh? Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Huh? I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, it's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, your one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week. That's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh? Huh? Huh?
This one's for all my baby girls.
Now, what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any
It's going
kind
to be
of sweetness
acidity
to
from
the sauce.
tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
And then
tart
spice.
part and it's acid and nothing else. All right. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side fifth. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian can't give her a pill. I'm half kind of European mix. European style, Asian fusion style. Tips.
Sadly, you guys can't enjoy the music anymore as loud as it was because Phil's about to go live right fucking now. You get his wee fucking intro playing behind the scenes, as you can see. Well, I say behind the scenes, right in front of you. But you get what I'm fucking saying, you get what I'm saying. So, you all know the drill by now, guys. Tag me in chat in case I miss anything on this card. I don't try and miss things on the card. It just happens sometimes because I am a stupid bastard. It is what it is. Bug bingo mechanics do nothing I can do. And you all know the drill by now. 25 snorts, free space. If Phil does 50 snorts, there's a second free space. Same for burps, 10 burps, free space. 20 burps will be another free space. 100 likes from Phil before gameplay getting recorded. Free space as well as 100 likes here. Good fucking luck, guys. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we get another full house. Here we fucking go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1, and welcome to my final consecutive streaming day of the week. Today is Tuesday, the 10th of January, 2023. This was a shorter streaming week, but only pretty much because last week was a longer streaming week due to scheduling. Actually, this week, I have several appointments lined up for tomorrow, my day off from streaming, and so I had to shorten the week to only be a 5-day streaming week. Looks like next week will likely be back to normal, which is 6 days. I actually can't 100% confirm that, only because we don't know my wife's work schedule yet. I know. Less than a week before she has to start working, and her job doesn't give her a schedule yet. Isn't that great? That's America, ladies and gentlemen. That's American companies who really care about their workers. But anyway, I digress. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. And, it's been a fun week. It was a good week because this week we basically wrapped up all the leftover stuff from 2022. We finished the playthroughs, I did my year-end series, and now we are heading full force into 2023. New playthroughs, new exciting projects, and all kinds of new and fun stuff. Today on the show, what are we going to discuss? Well, first of all, there's a new YouTube bug, supposedly, that is affecting every channel, apparently, site-wide. From what I'm to understand, it is a views bug. The thing is, in 2023, I would not even know if this was true or not. Because, as you guys know, I'm nowhere near as popular as I used to be. My video views are kind of all over the place. If it's a brand new playthrough that's popular, sometimes I'll get thousands of views on a video. Other times, I'll barely get 500. It all depends on many different factors, and quite frankly, I don't even really look at it anymore. You know, case in point, yesterday's videos. What did I do yesterday? I played Need for Speed.
What do you mean you don't really look at your views anymore? You're about to fucking contradict yourself, I think.
Unbound, which was 3 parts, and then I did Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Warzone 2.0, right? And
yes.
Typically, I just upload, I let it roll, and sometimes I'll go back and I'll look at views, and sometimes I won't. It's not a big deal to me. Overall, views don't really affect my channel that much.
And yet you fucking bring it up constantly. I only get this amount of views. I only get that amount of views. Why do you constantly fucking bring it up if it doesn't fucking mean anything to you? It kind of tells me it does mean something to you, Phil. I think it's mainly, okay, I'll say views are not fucking necessary these days in terms of Phil's income. It's more an ego thing. He would fucking love it if all his fucking videos had thousands of fucking views like all these other big fucking relevant YouTubers. But nah, they don't fucking get that anymore. They get fucking 200 views, 300 views, 400 views, maybe 500 views, if that. In fact, let's check for ourselves, shall we, guys? Aiden swears there was a sneak burp back there. I thought that was part of the music. I thought it was the music where the burp came from. I mean, I'll count it, but I didn't think it was a real burp. I thought it was too early for Phil to be burping. Usually doesn't start burping until after he has a drink of his fucking seltzer water. But, okay, I'll take a word for Aiden. Right, but no, it's going to be a field trip. Okay, oh wait, scrolled accidentally. So, let's see how well Phil's videos are doing view-wise. 450 views, 12 hours ago, 450, 284, 367 for the daily crap, 566 for the fucking level 1 podcast, then you got fucking Need for Speed, 418, 401, part 1 was 683. Phil's most successful video, part 1, 683 views for Need for Speed, which is kind of crap apparently. All things considered, it looks like the fucking Need for Speed game is crap. So yeah, I mean Raven was playing it earlier on as well. I'm thinking this is shite. So yeah, I was checking his content out as well. But yeah, Resident Evil's doing quite well for Phil. To be fair, look at this: 1k views, 1.1k views. Resident Evil for Phil seems to be doing not too badly at all. So yeah, he was probably a little bit disappointed that the game will probably, it's apparently going to wrap up today. This is the finale, apparently, today for Phil. So, yeah.
Is there ad revenue involved? Yes, there is. But it's not an exorbitant amount where, like, I'm dependent on high views to make a living. For me, it's about putting out content for an audience that wants said content, okay? And we'll support it in various methods, whether that means you guys come to a live stream and you contribute live, or you become a channel member, or maybe you pledge to my Patreon for a private react video, or, you know, maybe you tip every once in a while, whatever it may be. That's how I make my living. Is there ad revenue involved? Of course there is, but that's kind of like supplementary behind the scenes to everything else. Very different from how it used to be, where I used to make a living pretty much solely dependent on ad revenue and views. So in the modern day, if I see a fluctuation in views one way or another, it doesn't really affect me, nor do I really talk too much about it or care. But apparently there is this thing going on right now in the last 48 hours on YouTube where viewership has been screwed up for a lot of people. Particularly those who have noticed it are bigger YouTube channels. So we'll talk about that on today's show, because it's kind of interesting every once in a while to analyze how YouTube works. Particularly because I've been doing YouTube for 15 years, and back in the day, this kind of stuff used to always affect me in a big way. A lot of people, I hate to say it, judge YouTube based on views and popularity rather than the quality of the content on the site. They'll just say, hey, if this video has tons of views, it means it's good.
There's some copium right there for Phil. There's some absolute fucking copium right there. It doesn't matter I don't get as many fucking views anymore. I'm producing quality content. Nobody just wants to fucking watch the goddamn thing. Jesus Christ, Phil. What in the fuck is wrong? What the fucking sort of that kind of that logic is amazing. My fucking video only has fucking 23 views, but who gives a shit? You know, I know it's the best content on YouTube to ever exist. It ain't if no one else is aware of it. It's an absolute fucking form of copying for Phil, it really is.
It's really not the case. In fact, if you analyze how YouTube works, and you figure out things like algorithms and, you know, how something gets recommended and clicking on a video and clickbait and how that affects a video, you would understand how messed up YouTube is as a business and how people have actually found ways to game this system and succeed over the years, despite the fact the quality of their content isn't necessarily good. They just take advantage, okay? We'll talk.
Well, that's a bingo straight away. We have a fucking middle row all ticked off already. Also, I'm going to take YouTuber jealousy, because that is definitely him showing jealousy towards these bigger YouTubers that are able to fucking do YouTube as a business far better than he ever dreamed he could do. But keep in mind, at the end of the day, people on YouTube, these bigger content creators, obviously, I mean, they're doing it for a fucking love of doing it, but at the same time, they're doing it to fucking make a living. They fucking want to survive and thrive, and that is what their fucking primary goal is. I mean, yes, some of them will fucking make sacrifices in their fucking content at times to try and make sure they're making money from what they're doing, whether that be fucking sponsorships or some pish. You think any content creator fucking wants to do a goddamn sponsorship? No. But at the end of the fucking day, if it means they get to fucking get guaranteed income from making that fucking video, then that's what they're gonna fucking do to make sure they can fucking put food on the table for them and their fucking families and loved ones. And Phil cannot fucking accept that possibility. He thinks that's a fucking evil thing to do on YouTube. And that's why he's fucking behind the times. That's why he's fucking just stuck in level 1, begging profusely to his audience to fucking sustain his fucking lifestyle and his income, which is fucking far more than what he can afford to fucking, keep doing this. It's incredible. It really is incredible. Prophet says Phil really needs to put the camera inside the ring light so more than half his face is illuminated. Yeah, he's not going to bother that. He's not going to bother doing that. It's Phil. He's going to just do the laziest possible fucking method. No, Phil's not being racist yet, but give it time. He's only been going 5 minutes.
Talk about some of that today on the show, okay? But anyway, that's just the one topic that we really have to talk about. Outside of that, there's really not that much going on. We talked about game news already this week. Yesterday, we ran through the game schedule for the rest of the year. So essentially, we covered all the kind of big topics. Today's more of a chill day. You know, after we go through maybe some housekeeping stuff like the schedule, and then we talk about this YouTube story, I will definitely open up, the podcast for some Q&A and talking back and forth a little bit. We'll see what you guys want to talk about today. Okay? Cool. Interaction is a key part of success. In fact, that's why I posted up a YouTube short last night asking for your interaction. So I will talk about that in a second as well. All right. So anyway.
Well, hold on. He had a brand new YouTube snort and I didn't know about it. Seriously? We need to see what this is about.
What's going on, everyone? Phil here, and I just stopped filming for the day, and I came up with an interesting idea that I wanted to share with all of you. As you know, last year I started using YouTube Shorts around the last third of the year to highlight special moments and funny things on the channel, notably gameplay moments that you felt were standout moments that highlighted the best parts of a particular playthrough.
Yeah, money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much to Logan K for super chat. He loved that YouTube algorithm when it fed people as garbage in 2010, but now that meta requires effort, he dismisses it. Massive hypocrite. Absolutely. To be fair though, I mean, it absolutely did change. I mean, there is no denying Phil did rely on views back in the fucking day, and nowadays that is not the case. There's no denying that as Phil speaking the truth there in that regard. But it's just incredible how much he doesn't give a shit anymore because it doesn't matter to him. His primary source of income is from his audience on a live stream basis. It's not from ad revenue, from how much of his audience watches content or whatever. No, it's all about getting money up front, doing things right then and there, and begging right then and there for all the audience to give him fucking money. It's just unbelievable. And this brand new idea Phil has, please submit your favourite moments that should become shorts. Basically, he wants the audience to do all the fucking legwork for him. Phil cannot be arsed to fucking look through his own garbage content to find clips that are worth making shorts for. It's up to his audience to decide that. Another fucking way for Phil to fucking do hee-haw effort on his own fucking business. And of course, right at the fucking time when Phil's all excited about YouTube Shorts becoming monetizable now, you can actually, get some ads put on YouTube Shorts starting like February 1st or some pish. Now, that's fucking going to be a thing. He's going to get his audience fucking working overtime and double time to fucking make sure they can make him, revenue on his... And keep in mind, Phil just said ad revenue is very supplementary, behind the scenes sort of income. It doesn't really make that much anyway. And yet he's fucking pushing this demand on his audience to fucking, hey, go through all my garbage shit again that I fucking put you through and make sure you tell me exactly when to fucking, make a short, make sure you pilot the fucking timestamp for me so I can do minimal fucking effort at my end. Because God forbid, Phil should fucking take the time to watch his own garbage content over again to find a fucking good moment. Heaven forbid Phil should do any fucking effort on his fucking part. No, it's up to the audience as usual to fucking do the legwork for him.
Through. However, it became difficult for me to figure out what were those moments that you guys thought were the best ones and highlight properly for DSP Gaming.
How is it fucking difficult for you? How in the fuck is it difficult? Why is it difficult for you, Phil? Is it actually that hard for you to watch your own shite? Can you really not endure your own garbage fucking twittering? Now you know how most of the internet fucking feels. If you can't fucking endure it, how the fuck do you think anyone else can?
With advertisements right around the corner for YouTube Shorts, I want to figure out a streamlined way to do this. So here's my idea. Please respond to this.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, cat. Here's my idea. You motherfuckers do the legwork for me, and I'll fucking just do it. You tell me exactly what to fucking make a short for. Oh my fucking god. No, I cannot.
YouTube short, and in the comments, let me know what were your favorite moments from my content that I put out this week. If you could list the name of the video and a timestamp of the moment you think was the best one, I'll review those on my day off and possibly put out a couple YouTube shorts that highlight the best of the week. Eventually, this could become a regular practice if you guys like it. So let's see what you come up with. Thanks a lot. Please respond, and I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll talk a little bit more. Thanks.
Fuck off, you fucking pig.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is the last streaming day of the week. So let's talk about what's going to happen today and next week, because next week is going to be a very interesting week where you're going to see multiple new things begin, okay? Today, what are we up to? Well, the Level 1 podcast, obviously. And then after that, we're going to finish up Resident Evil 1 Remake. I got my PS5 booted up and ready to go. This has been...
Hold on, was that a voice crack? Was that a voice crack I heard there?
After that, we're going to finish up Resident...
Yeah, he's trying to say finish in his voice. I'm counting that as a voice crack. Trying to say finish, and he's like, finish.
Resident Evil 1 Remake. I got my PS5 booted up and ready to go. This has been a really fun playthrough over the last, week and a half that we've been playing it. Actually, this has actually been pretty much the most viewed thing I've done on DSP Gaming since I started playing it. It's overshot all the other playthroughs that I've...
Reminder, literally 2 minutes ago, he is telling his audience he doesn't really pay attention to reviews anymore. It's not something that's on his fucking focus, he just uploads them and that's it apparently. He's literally contradicted himself within 2 minutes of telling his own audience that he doesn't pay attention to the goddamn views. One more fucking time.
This has actually been pretty much the most viewed thing I've done on DSP Gaming since I started playing it. It's overshot all the other playthroughs that I've been doing, which I'm happy about. I like doing survival horror games. I like doing variety every once in a while, and there was really no particular reason to play Resident Evil 1 Remake at this point, except that you guys had asked for me to play a little bit of it during the Christmas marathon. I did. I loved it. I said, hey, even though it's very challenging, let's do it anyway, just as a cool way to maybe roll into the new year and transition from 2022 playthroughs into some new fresh stuff, okay? And for the most part, I'm having a great time with it, although up to today, it's always been a late night stream. Today, we're going to play it as the daytime stream to wrap it up. With a full 3-hour stream, we absolutely should beat the game. What do we have left? Well, we're in the mansion for the second time. We have the helmet key, which is the final key that opens up all of the doors in the mansion. Last time around, it was rough. I didn't have any ink ribbons. I played for an hour and 20 minutes, and then I got insta-killed by a hunter. Ooh, that sucked. And so, I had to replay a bunch of gameplay, but I didn't get to replay all of it. But I did find ink ribbons. And so, today we're going to continue on from where I, left off. we have to redo some of the gameplay from the last stream. Go back underground. There's like a basement area. You go through, you fight some enemies, you enable a elevator. That elevator will take you into other places in the mansion that I need to go. I believe there's a 3rd floor that I need to go on now. And I don't remember what's on the 3rd floor. I don't even remember if the 3rd floor was even in the original game, to be honest. I'm trying to remember in my head, and it's not clicking exactly what happens there. So I know there's a little bit more left in the mansion to do. And then when that's wrapped up, then we'll have all the items that we need to go into the underground facility / lab. And that's the final area of the game, and that's where it's got some more interesting enemies and the end game content, and then the final boss. So I would estimate maybe an hour to finish the mansion, and then we'll get into the underground area, and we'll see how long it takes for the lab. But basically, it should be fun. It should be a good time. Even if I die at this point, at least I have a couple more ink ribbons. So hopefully, it won't be 3 hours lost at the end of the stream with an insta-kill. And hopefully we wrap it up. And that'll be a good way to end it, I think, today, since we have a 3-hour stream. Now, if we finish it early, then that's fine. We can just chill for a little bit, talk a little bit, relax, whatever you guys want. I don't think we're going to have too much extra time if we do have any. But, the option is there. We'll see what happens today. Okay? Then tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, if all goes according to plan, tonight on the late stream, I want to play the Piece Odyssey demo. Now, there seems to be a lot of confusion around this demo. Apparently it released last night, okay? And I had a couple viewers who actually started playing it, but one of them started screenshotting and said, hey, are you aware you can't save during the demo? And I was like, well, no. It was reported that if you get the demo and you play through the demo, which is supposed to be around 2 hours long, then when you finish it, that progress will save and carry over if you buy the full game. So then people are sending me screenshots saying, oh, look, here's a save point, but the game refuses to let you save. So how does that work? I mean, listen, if it's 2 hours and we have to replay 2 hours of gameplay on Friday, I don't think that's a big deal. But I think that's kind of stupid that you play the demo. Oh, I like it. Let me buy the full game. Okay, redo the exact same gameplay you just did. Why? And again, it's being reported on the internet. The intention was that when you play the demo, you save and it continues into your playthrough. So why is it people are saying you can't do that? A little confusing. But maybe, what I'm thinking is, maybe they're intending for you to beat the entire demo in one sitting and then you can save. But that's weird because what if you die? Right? It's a new game. A lot of people maybe don't even know about, most about turn-based RPGs. Maybe they just like One Piece. If you die during the demo, you literally have to do the whole thing over from the start. Like, that's weird. I don't know. Anyway. So tonight we're going to try it out. That's 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to actually download it during the break because I didn't have a chance. I didn't have a chance to download it yesterday. Mr. Fire Fist Fury is actually saying, yes, it does let you save when you finish it only. That is weird. Why not let you save during the demo if there's save points in the real game? If you bought it right, well, you can't buy it right now. That's the problem. If you were to buy the full game, and within the first 2 hours there's save points, why not let you use said save points in the demo? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Mr. Firefist Fury says, yes, it's very irritating. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, hopefully I don't die during the demo. I have played many, many JRPGs in my time, so hopefully I'll be all right. But anyway, I'm intrigued. Why? First of all, I love JRPGs. I do. And we haven't played one, actually, a new one, in quite some time. Like, what was the last new JRPG style game that we played? Yakuza Like a Dragon, maybe? It's been a long time. I'm not saying I haven't played JRPGs. We just did a big Final Fantasy VII playthrough last summer. That was really epic. But we haven't done a new one in quite some time. All right? So this will be fun to jump into. But then on top of that, it's One Piece. One Piece, one of the longest running, if not the longest running anime and manga ever. Very interesting, lore and game and combat. And art style as well. Same art style as Dragon Ball. Really is that Toriyama art style. So I'm excited to see how this turns into its own kind of JRPG game. Remember, this one is not based on any established plotline from the comic books or manga. It's its own standalone story, which makes it a special feeling because you don't have to be caught up on this insanely long-running lore to really enjoy the game, that's cool. I mean, I think they did the right thing there because not everyone is caught up. I'm certainly not caught up. I like One Piece, but I'm not caught up on it, so this is a way for me to enjoy the game and not feel like, oh, I'm completely disassociated from anything going on because I didn't get caught up on the plot. It's not like a Dragon Ball game where every single effing Dragon Ball game, they redo the same thing. Oh, you know, Vegeta lands. You have to fight him in Nappa. Oh, now Vegeta, you know, is defeated. Now you got to fight, you know, the Ginyu Force and Frieza over on planet Namek. And it's not the same plot line. It's something completely original, which is a good thing, okay? So that's tonight, 6:45 p.m. What is it? What is it? 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. He's staring at me. 2 hours of the One Piece Odyssey demo, and hopefully we finish it. It saves, and that'll carry over into the playthrough that will begin on Friday when the game fully releases, okay? Now, I'm off from streaming tomorrow. It's my day off from streaming. Got a lot to do. I will be all over the place tomorrow. We've got appointments. We've got to go to stock up on certain items at Costco. Like, we've got a million things we're doing tomorrow. So we'll be out and about. And then when I return on Thursday, okay, there's going to be some continuations, all right? We're actually going to be continuing on with the second stream of Need for Speed Unbound, all right? Now, let's talk about Need for Speed Unbound, all right? So Need for Speed Unbound is the first driving or racing game that I've done in many, many years. I think the last one was maybe Forza Horizon 5. Before then, the last Need for Speed game has been like 5 years. It's been like ridiculously long since I played one of these, okay? Here's what I like about Need for Speed Unbound. So far, the driving mechanics...
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Measure. Super Chat says, this demo segment is so stupid, I'm trying to unalive him with my mind or myself from an aneurysm to spare it further harm. He's finished it now, hopefully, you know what I mean? He's got on, you know what I mean? So hopefully I'll not fucking try and do much of it anymore. Hopefully he's bypassed that. It's not about Need for Speed now, which I think so far, from what I've seen and witnessed, is kind of pish. Need for Speed game kind of seems a bit pishy. Although it's an EA game, so quite understandable maybe, because I don't have a whole lot of faith in EA these days personally. But we'll see what Phil thinks, I guess. Yeah. But cheers for some chat, I appreciate it. I will be right back, guys, by the way. I'm going to keep playing this, so guys, keep count of these snorts, snort, and burps and anything that happens on the card. I won't be long, but I'll be back very soon, but I'm going to keep playing.
Okay. Here's what I like about Need for Speed Unbound. So far, the driving mechanics seem alright. Like, I need to get better at it, but it seems like they're pretty solid and fun. I like the fact that it's set in Chicago, a nice big open world city. I like the environments and everything you're driving through, the metro environments. And I think the graphics are quite good. The cars look nice, and even though there's weird cel-shaded effects on the cars, I think it kind of works. It kind of is artistically interesting for a racing game. Now let's talk about what doesn't really work. The insanely hipsterish writing. Like, every character's like, bro. They all have neon hair. My character has a goatee with 3 little ponytails coming off of it. I'm not kidding. The whole game is this, like, weird car/hipster culture. And if you're not part of that culture, you know, you could be an outside observer, all right? But after, like, 20 minutes of it, you realize, wait a minute, this is actually going to be the whole game, isn't it? And the answer is, yeah, it is. You're going to have to put up with this shit the whole game. Oh my god. Well, let's see. I'm not a fan of the Fast and the Furious. I'm not part of the car culture. And this is kind of...
I'm back. Car culture. You don't have to be part of fucking car culture to appreciate good fucking driving games, for fuck's sake. Did I miss anything, by the way, guys? Was there any extra snorts or burps or anything on the card? Or did nothing happen? Like, just to make sure. I'm sorry I had to step away there for a second, but yeah. Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't miss anything pertinent, especially with the snorts, because we are getting a lot of snorts already. So it'd be good to kind of make sure I don't fall behind and miss any additional snorts. Subaru Man, PTSD is a fucking good one. Stellan Archer. Oh my god. So I don't think I missed anything. Good stuff. I just learned a lot. I'm not part of car culture. Fuck off, Phil. You don't have to be part of the fucking culture to enjoy that shit, you know? Like, I enjoy fucking Euro Truck Simulator, for example. I've never driven my truck, oh my god, I've never driven my car in my life, to be honest. But yeah, because I don't fucking drive, I don't appreciate fucking good driving games, for fuck's sake.
Kind of driving me nuts. Okay, just being honest.
Oh, I made a joke, it's driving him nuts. Driving, get it? Because it's a driving fucking game and it's driving him nuts.
And this is kind of driving me nuts.
Look, he's so proud of his own little shitey joke. That's a good one, pal. Can't wait for someone to give you money to say how fucking funny that was.
Okay, just being honest. And now, there's another factor here as well. So, the entire game's soundtrack is licensed. Literally every song in the game is a licensed song.
Oh, by the way, I was watching Ravensdolphin playing this earlier on today. Yeah, I thought my fucking, rhyming skills were fucking bad, but Jesus Christ, some of the music in that game is fucking diabolical. The writing in this Need for Speed game, garbage. The music in this Need for Speed game, garbage. The enjoyment, apparently, for in this Need for Speed game, garbage. At least from the songs I heard, I didn't hear all the songs. A couple I heard and I thought, yeah, that's crap, that's gash. But yeah, the writing seems very cringe. Well, the fucking story, I don't know the whole story, to be honest, you know what I mean? But the bits I fucking heard, the snippets I saw, Raven play, he was enjoying himself playing this fucking game. And it was one of those things where, like, experiencing the game from his perspective, I wouldn't be enjoying it either. So I thought the writing was garbage, some of the music I heard anyway, I was like, not from my... Also, music is very subjective. It's extremely subjective music, you know what I mean? So everyone's going to like different kinds of music. But yeah, a couple of tracks I heard were like, why do you encode this in the game? It doesn't seem that good, but yeah.
It's not music I like at all.
Oh, what a surprise. This isn't fucking Radiohead, I'm not going to like this.
I don't even know what you would call the music. Like, what category would you categorize this music as? I'm not sure. Problem is, there's no streamer mode, okay? They didn't take it upon themselves to think, hey, people might want to play this on a stream.
Basically, they designed the game for gamers. They had the gamer in mind.
Or on YouTube, and not get their videos claimed to high heaven. So there's no alternative soundtrack. There's no game-specific soundtrack. It's literally 100% licensed songs. So if you want to play this game with music on, you can't make any money on it on YouTube at all. Like, zero. Okay? Now, I could turn the music off, but then all we're doing is we're driving around in silence. Okay? And so it's kind of like, I don't know about this. Do I drive around in silence so I can make some money on these videos in this playthrough? Or do we put up with the music and then I make nothing on the playthrough? So to give you some examples here, I played it for 3 hours yesterday. The stream got claimed and all 3 videos got claimed. Meaning, I make no ad revenue on it whatsoever. Zero. Any ads or anything that you see on those videos are not mine. And I get nothing out of it at all if you're watching it on demand. Okay? Just being honest. So if you watch those videos on YouTube and you like them, thanks. I hope that you enjoyed them. But if you would like to see that playthrough continue, it would be great if you could maybe try to support it via other means. As simple as just giving the channel engagement, liking the videos, leaving comments, bringing more people to DSP Gaming. That would be nice. But if you wanted to go above and beyond, tipping. And why do I say tipping and not super thanks? Because you may not realize this. On YouTube, when a video gets claimed by a third party, you can't even do a super thanks on that video. It's not enabled. It's completely disabled. So even if you wanted to say, oh, I'll leave a nice super thanks on the video with a comment saying I'm support, you can't even do that. Okay? So I would appreciate it if you are watching it and you're enjoying it, if you could support it in another way. There's actually a tips link in the description of all the videos I put out on YouTube now, and you could send a tip that way. All right? Now, here's the question I really have for everybody. Do you like the playthrough enough that you want to see it continue? I will tell you this, we're at least going to do one more stream of it. We'll do it on Thursday. We'll do it as the daytime stream again, and we'll test it out. By the way, I was curious with my new capture device, how would it capture a racing game? Okay, and I have an answer. This capture device works differently from my previous capture device of 8.5 years. The previous capture device, what would happen is, okay, if we got to areas of high action, lots of stuff going on the screen at once, particularly racing or a first-person shooter, maybe sometimes even a fighting game, what would happen is it would chop up. My PC processor would go to like 99%, and I'd get error messages, and all of a sudden, the feed would go choppy, 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 choppy. Okay? That sucked. Because especially if you're doing a racing game, and all of a sudden it stutters and freezes, then unfreezes, or fast forwards or whatever. That's really frustrating, right? You don't want to see that. You want to see all the action, and if it feels like you're almost being broken out of the immersion if you can't see everything going on the screen. But there was really nothing I could do about it. It just, you know, it just kept chopping up with the old capture device, okay? With this new capture device that I've now been using for a little over a week, something completely different happens. Yes, the CPU still kind of maxes, but what ends up happening is the frame rate stays smooth, which is cool. It doesn't like dip below 50, 60 frames per second. But what happens is the video starts to distort and become pixelated. So it's kind of like, what's the lesser of two evils? Choppiness but sharpness, or blurriness, you know, pixelation but no choppiness. In my opinion, I would prefer the full frame rate and then a little bit of pixelation. Now, don't get me wrong. If the entire screen is pixelating and you can't see anything, that's different. But I didn't really notice that. I noticed that maybe the car would start to pixelate, you know, the environment a little bit, you know. That's okay in my opinion. As long as you can keep track of what's going on, that's the whole goal of watching a video, right? With my old capture device, you really couldn't. And I remember watching Forza 5 about a year and a half ago. There were parts that were just very frustrating or it didn't look good because of chop, chop, chop. This looked different. So I was actually very happy. This was a good experiment for the capture device. And so far, I'm pretty pleased with the quality. Now, of course, I want your feedback. So let me know in the comments of those videos. Hey, do you like how this looks compared to my previous capture device that would do driving or not? Not to say that this is a giant release and it's a big deal. Perhaps there will be better releases in the future where this will be more to the test, you know, something that people care more about. But I thought that it was an interesting experiment, okay? So here's what I would like to know. I have 7 more hours left in Need for Speed Unbound until this 10-hour EA Play demo runs out. I'm going to play at least one more stream as the major stream on Thursday. That's set in stone. We're going to do it, okay? Do you guys like it enough that you want to see me try to continue this game? Or after we do 2 to 3 streams of it, is that enough? And you want me to just move on and do other stuff? We have the ability where I could buy the game. It's about $40, I think, online. So I could, if you guys like it enough, and you know, if you're going to show up to the streams and you're going to be engaging and supporting and you like the playthrough, I'll buy the game and continue with it. But if it ends up being a situation where you guys don't like it that much, or, you know, it was nice for a couple streams, but not anything worth doing a lengthy playthrough of, let me know, and we'll make that judgment, all right? And then basically later this week, over the weekend, we'll make that judgment call, keep it in the rotation or not, okay? So think about it. Please let me know. I mean, I'm all ears. Video comments, that's great. Right now, I see that there's like a combination of people in the chat. Some said that they like it. Some said they really don't, and they don't think it's worth buying. I'll try to get your opinions on it. Maybe we'll even do a poll at one point to try to figure that out. Good news is, if we don't keep it in the rotation, let's say we play it on Thursday or whatever. If we don't keep it in the rotation, there's so many other things we can be doing. Now, the thing is, I don't want to be doing another JRPG or RPG in general. Why? Well, because we're going to start One Piece Odyssey, which we're going to talk about in a moment. And no matter which game wins the viewer's choice poll, one of them, it's going to be a lengthy Bethesda RPG. So I can't do a JRPG, a Western RPG, and another RPG. That's just not going to work. And some people have been saying, what about Crisis Core? It's a fucking RPG. We can't do 3 RPGs at once. That's not going to happen. We got to think of something different. So we'll be talking about this, I'm thinking, over the course of the next weekend to figure out what exactly it is that we want to do as a different playthrough if we decide not to keep Need for Speed in the rotation, all right? But anyway, if you like the playthrough, please support it however you can. Give me feedback. If you want to see it stay, let's play it by ear. We'll be one more stream on Thursday, and we'll go from there. Okay? Thursday night will be more Warzone. So the Warzone streams have been doing really well. Last night, arguably one of my better Warzone streams, where the first hour, I really couldn't get much going together at all. And then all of a sudden, boom, second hour, oh my God, I was, you know, doing well, winning firefights. Things were going really advantageously in my favor, going down to the wire, getting to the top 10, getting to the top 5. Oh my God, it was so epic. And I love it when you have a stream like that. It was almost like a slow build to the big suspenseful ending that happened. So it worked out really well. People absolutely loved last night's Warzone stream. If you didn't see it live, I urge you, check it out on YouTube on demand. If you like that kind of Battle Royale gameplay, you're going to have a good time because the stream actually got better and better and better as the night progressed, okay? So more Warzone this coming Thursday night. Friday, we're going to do One Piece Odyssey as the main gameplay stream on Friday. I'm going to buy the game, and we're actually going to start playing it. So hopefully tonight when we play the demo, the 2 hours of gameplay does carry over into the main playthrough that we're going to start on Friday. And then Friday night, as a one-off special event, I'm going to do Friday night fights. Yes, I'm bringing back old school Street Fighter fun for one night only this coming Friday night, just for variety purposes. I feel like I want to throw it into the mix. Hopefully we'll find some competition. I don't know if we will, but I think it'll be a nice one-off, you know, nighttime stream for, you know, good mix for the week, okay? So now, here's the thing. Over this weekend, who knows what we're doing, because it really depends on many factors. Do you want to see more Need for Speed or not? If not, what do we want to do to replace it? Now, in addition to that, you guys are currently voting on the Viewer's Choice playthrough, and the results of that poll will be determined this weekend, probably around Friday. So on Friday, we'll sit down, we'll look at the poll results, and whatever has the most votes in that poll will be the new playthrough that will begin that weekend. All right? So I hope that you guys will join me for that, you know, this coming weekend. And, you know, we begin on an epic journey. Whether it's Fallout 3 or Oblivion, either one is going to be an epic journey. All right? And so, like I said, that'll be the balance between that game and, you know, whatever the other main playthrough is, whether it's Need for Speed or whatever. And then also that's going to be balanced with One Piece. There will be Warzone at night. And what I'm thinking about is we will balance that with, you know, one of the other games as night streams, but maybe we'll alternate as well. Maybe we'll have 2 games of the daytime streams, 2 games as a night stream, but then we rotate a night stream to a day stream every once in a while. You know, we got to basically see who likes what, all right? Now, if you were paying attention to my big gaming schedule update yesterday on the podcast, you'll know that really there's not much going on in the realm of new releases this month until the end of the month. Are there other games? Like, yeah, there's a Fire Emblem game in a week. I'm not playing it. There's Forspoken, which I'm not interested in. I told you guys, if basically there's no way I can play Fire Emblem because I'm already playing too many RPGs, so it's just not going to happen. As for Forspoken, everything I've seen about the game, nothing has really interested me. So unless, you know, reviews come out or you guys play it and you're like, wow, you're really missing out on like a game of the year style situation for not playing this, I'm really not going to play it. I'm just going to skip it. I just don't see the point. I'm not very interested in it, to be honest. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But likely the first new game that I'm interested in playing this month is actually the Dead Space remake. And if you're not aware, let me get the date for you. The Dead Space remake comes out January 27th. So we've got a significantly long amount of time to basically be doing these other playthroughs before the first real new release hits. So we're going to be balancing One Piece with maybe Need for Speed, if not another game, and also whatever the Viewer's Choice playthrough is, plus Warzone. Okay? So let's see what happens. We'll talk about it over this coming weekend. We'll determine what's going to go into what slot and go from there. You know, again, if Need for Speed doesn't make it, you know, there's many other interesting options. Obviously, we're not going to do RPGs, as I said, but there were some other action-based games that came out during the fall. There's Game Pass games that have come out. There's a lot of things that we could possibly check out, okay? So, we shall see. All right, I'm excited to see where this goes. There's other ideas people came up with, too. Some people actually said, why not, listen to this, why not play Resident Evil 0 or Resident Evil Code Veronica again while the iron is hot? You're playing Resident Evil 1 Remake, you're about to finish it, and people are enjoying this. Why not play more retro Resident Evils right now? And I'm kind of like, you know, they got a point. Resident Evil 1 Remake has actually gotten more attention than most of the other things that I've done recently. I really enjoyed doing it. It's been 8 years since I played these games. You know, in the case of Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica X, I only played them once ever. So it'll only be the second time ever that I'm playing them. And right now is a unique time when it doesn't seem like there's much going on, where I could basically play these almost as a lead-in to the Dead Space remake later this month. So I'm considering it. We'll talk again. We'll talk about this.
Bingo. Unique time. So we're doing quite well so far, guys. I think this is a very strong card so far.
As we go into the weekend, because it really hinges on what do we want to do with Need for Speed and other factors. So let's see. But I wouldn't be opposed to playing the classic Resident Evil games a second time because I haven't played them yet. Well, I haven't played them in 8 years, okay? Since the days of Ballpark Beef Franks. Yes, that old meme. Okay. So that's what's going on schedule-wise. Now, before we get to other topics, there's something else I want to bring up, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, last year, in the fall, I started implementing, oh, that's right. Ellipsian says there's a new game on Game Pass called Signalis. It's inspired by Silent Hill and Resident Evil, and it's really good. I heard about that, too. A new survival horror game called Signalis that apparently just released, and I guess it's getting rave reviews. Maybe we want to do that. That could be fun, too. Especially if it plays like an old school horror game. Why not? So maybe that's something we should do this weekend, okay? We'll talk, again, it really depends on Need for Speed, so we'll talk about it this weekend, okay? I'd be down for that, too. Okay, anyway. So in the fall of last year, I started doing YouTube Shorts. And when I started using YouTube Shorts per your recommendations, I was doing it for daily schedule updates. Well, that kind of died within a month and a half, 2 months. People were like, we don't want more daily schedule updates. Yeah, we have enough. We can watch your podcast. We can read it on your Twitter or on your channel page. Do something different with the YouTube Shorts, okay? And so over the last month and a half, what I've tried to do is highlight memorable moments of gameplay that have happened on DSP Gaming. And, usually about once a week, I would put one together or whatever. And then every once in a while, I'll do something a little different. I think I had a one or two of Jasper over the holidays or, stuff like that. But for the most part, I'll be honest with you, it's kind of hard to maintain the YouTube Shorts, and here's why. In any given week, I'm here, 5-6 days. That's 10 to 12 streams. Every stream, in my opinion, there's moments that are fun or exciting or interesting. It's just hard to keep track of them. And what I'm seeing is, the week will end. I'm like, okay, well, it'd be great to do some YouTube Shorts of highlights, but I can't even remember, what happened in a given week, or what video something happened in, or when in said video. So, if it's my day off and I've got a half an hour to kill, a lot of the times on my day off, my wife is getting ready for a day where we're going to go out, and because she's getting ready, I have a little bit of extra time. I'm just chilling on the couch for a little bit. I'm like, well, I got some time. Let me do a YouTube short. I don't remember, right? How am I supposed to remember in 12 streams, 30 hours of gameplay, what happened this week and what's the best stuff, So, that being said, what I would say is I need your help in recommending what are the best moments of things that happen here on DSP Gaming each week. I actually put up a short last night, and I haven't put out a short in a while, but I put out a YouTube short last night, and basically all I said in it was, hey, I need your help. If you could comment on this YouTube short with a couple random suggestions of what you liked in my content this week, I would really appreciate that. That'll help me. And I got a few people who commented, not a lot, a small handful, and most of them said, oh, what about your Warzone win? What about my Warzone win? You mean the last short I put out?
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Mage for super chat. It says, and yet Cat always stays home. Such a liar. To be fair, she does go with him sometimes, occasionally, if there's other things to do other than like going shopping. Like if it's just going like fucking grocery shopping, Phil will usually do that all by himself and Cat will stay home. These appointments that Phil's got tomorrow must involve her as well. So yeah, that is why she'll be going with him tomorrow, I assume. Anyway, so that's my take on that anyway. And yeah, Phil being needlessly toxic here, because as if everyone can keep up with all his content. Like, these guys uploaded like 70,000 videos, and he's complaining that somebody's like saying, "Oh, so here's a suggestion someone makes," and instead of just kind of going, "But I already did that," he's like doing this toxic thing.
And it almost made me like my jaw dropped. I was like, I already did one. And actually, I'll be honest with you, when I get a response like that, and it wasn't just one person, it was a bunch of people, I was like, I guess people don't watch the channel that closely. Like, that was literally the last short I made was my Warzone win about a week ago. So for you to say, oh, do a short of your Warzone, I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no. So anyway, for those of you who've actually been watching DSP Gaming in the last week. And if you thought some funny stuff happened, if you have recommendations of what you feel were the best moments that I should highlight in a YouTube short, please comment on that short from last night and let me know. I'm actually going to review that tomorrow during my day off, and I'm going to see, you know, what you guys suggest, and maybe I can come up with a couple of YouTube shorts, you know, as a result of it. But I'm going to be honest with you, one of the things I really need help with is timestamps, because if you don't give me a timestamp, I'm literally skimming through an hour video, and that's like a nightmare to do on a phone. You have to make YouTube shorts from a phone, by the way. It's basically just like,
I'm going to count that. I'm going to count that as phone stuff. He's actually talking about how to make YouTube shorts. That's, yeah, I'm counting that. That's not our bingo, by the way. So, by the way, Phil's wrong about, you know, make YouTube shorts on your phone. I made one. To be fair, actually, did I make that on my phone? I did. But you don't need to make it on your phone, though. It's not a necessity. It's not a requirement. But yeah, so Phil was saying he's too lazy to go through his own content, but he wants his audience to fucking go through it instead. When a content creator cannot endure his own content, then there's something wrong with that content, in my opinion. That's just my take on it. But if Phil cannot endure his own content, then there's a problem with the content.
it's annoying. Now, the other thing is, Carliga says, what about your God of War glitch? Well, here's the problem with the God of War glitch, all right? If you don't know what Carliga's talking about, at the very end of God of War, when you beat God of War Ragnarok, there's a critical cutscene. It's the culmination of the plot line of the modern God of War games. Kratos is looking at something that is a reveal for him. And he's so emotionally overcome at this reveal that he's like, oh, you can see like he's tearing up. And he's like, oh my God. The problem is in my ending, it didn't render. It ended up becoming a blurry thing. You couldn't tell what it was. So I'm talking to the audience. I'm like, what is it? I can't tell. And they're like, no, we can't believe it. It glitched for you. You can't see the true ending because the game glitched. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Of course, this happens only to me, right? But here's the problem with that. It doesn't make sense out of context. If you're watching the whole game, right, then you get it. If you just see the clip, you'll have no idea what you're looking at. And in addition, it's kind of a spoiler. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a critical story point at the end of the game. And essentially what will happen is if someone sees it and doesn't understand it, now they're going to seek out what it means and they're going to spoil the game for themselves. So I don't want to do that because I feel like that would be too much of a spoiler. I know it sucks because it is a memorable moment that happened, but that would be like a giant spoiler for people, and that's the last thing I want to do. Okay? So, any other suggestions? I'm all ears. Again, if you could comment on that YouTube short that I put out last night, I would appreciate that because that would allow me to have one focal place to look at your suggestions and pick some good ones and hopefully make some shorts tomorrow. We'll see what happens, okay? All right, now, one last thing, and then I want to talk about this news story about what's going on YouTube right now, apparently, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our members' goal.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Prophet, for a super chat. He says, this is why I said he's completely screwed up his console's video settings. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Phil's got a brand new video card sent to him by a fan, but it's just, obviously, he's not really putting the time to try and get it all set up how it should be, perhaps. I mean, I'm not that clued up on capture cards myself either, but when Phil does the minimal effort into these things, minimal research, minimal effort, he just plugs it in, hopes for the best, and he doesn't bother his arse to try and look into how to improve it, you know, without, you know, his fucking chat telling him and holding his hand all the way through it. It's just, it's bizarre to me. Listen, anytime I need help with things, I turn to people who know these. Hell, Prophet, I've gone to you for help in the past with things like, you know, technical problems. Things like, sometimes I had issues in the stream, sometimes it's, oh, you told me to lower my bitrate to like 8,000, so I did. And I've had no real problem since then, you know, touch wood. So things, you know what I'm saying, when you need help with things, instead of just assuming things are going to be okay and hope things will get, you know, if you care about the content you're putting out, you've got to do the fucking due diligence and research into making sure you're putting out the best. You can't just assume and just let, you know, oh, it'll do. You can't just settle. You know, I don't know, it's bizarre to me, it really is. Dylan Archer says, when he says it's bought by a fan, there's an 80% chance he bought it himself. Not going to... I don't think so. Well, keep in mind, Phil did buy his own capture cards, which he showed on stream, as backups, but he then didn't trust them, and I think he took them both back to get returned on his day off last week. So yeah. Yes, that's a thing. He did actually buy a couple as well, but I generally believe that was given to him by a fan, the one he's using right now.
YouTube right now, apparently. Okay, so
Money,
ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to RealX11387 for Super Chat. It says it's been over 2 months. If you still care about spoilers at this point, you weren't all that invested to begin with. And that's obviously about God of War, spoilers about God of War. Yeah, Phil, I mean, most of the people that have been played the game have finished playing the game by now. Not everyone plays it in 2 hour increments, 2 times, 3 times a week. It's kind of ridiculous taking assume that, Phil. Also, Phil seemed to know what the spoiler pertained to, even though it bugged out and glitched out for him, which is interesting, which tells me that everyone seems to kind of have the same theory that Phil already spoiled the ending for himself anyway and knew what was coming. So, yeah. If Phil didn't know what was coming, and how did he know it was a very pertinent and important point in the game? Just saying, he seems to be very aware of the meaning behind that thing, even though it apparently glitched out for him. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
gentlemen, this is our members goal for the month. We have less than 2 weeks to hit the members goal. Why less than 2 weeks? Because guess what? It was Christmas Eve when we had 2 people come by DSP Gaming and they gifted about 100 memberships total, which allowed us to hit last month's member goal, which is why we're doing a viewer's choice playthrough right now to begin with. Thank you for that. It was actually Team Ico Gamer as well as Emil who came by and supported the stream huge, and I really appreciate that you guys did that and helped out during the holiday season. Okay, well, those are going to expire in 2 weeks, so we basically have less than 2 weeks as of today to hit our members goal. Now, what do we get if we hit 600 members? A very fun marathon style event in February, the day before the Super Bowl. So I believe that would be February 11th, Saturday. DSP's Super Bowl Saturday Bash. I'll be dressed up in NFL attire all day long and actually switching outfits because I own 3 NFL jerseys. I'll have some NFL related merchandise with me and some little things to kind of mess around with on the stream. I might even have one of those hats where you could put like beers or things, and you put straws, you sip them. It's silly stuff. In addition, I'll be buying snacks that are the kind of things that you would eat when you're watching a sports game at home, or maybe when you're at a tailgating party. And likely I'll even order food that would be something you would eat, like maybe pizza or wings or something like that you would eat during the Super Bowl. In addition to all of that, I'll be playing some retro sports games on the Switch, and we'll be reacting to some old school Super Bowl ads. So it's kind of like a big variety event that I'd like to do, and I've never done anything like this before. Never done anything sports related. Never done anything Super Bowl related. It's, again, going outside of my comfort zone to be doing some neat and fun and interesting things. So I would hope you guys would want to see it. It seems like there's a consensus. People think it's a great idea. But sadly, we have seen absolutely no movement with members this month. It has stayed around 500 for the entire first 10 days of the month and hasn't really gone anywhere. So if you would like to help the channel right now, a great way to do so would be becoming a member, renewing a lapsed membership, or gifting some memberships to your fellow viewers. All those things would help, and I really would appreciate it. The way we can get to that goal sooner rather than later, we can stop kind of sweating it, and if we do hit it, we can then start the plans for that special event, okay? Now, I even told you guys if we hit the tier 1 goal, I would consider a tier 2 goal, where we would actually plan a special react event as well. But being that it's now 10 days, a third into the month, and we see no movement, it's not really looking like we need to worry too much about that, is it? So, all right, so please consider it. Thank you in advance to anyone who would possibly think about becoming a member or maybe gifting some memberships to the channel. I appreciate your support. All right. So now let's talk about this news story that everyone's talking about on social media today. Apparently, YouTube has yet another weird YouTube bug going on.
The only thing weird on YouTube is you, Phil. I'm going up to 1.25 speed because screw this.
And this time it's in regards to 2 critical things that make a YouTube channel successful: views and being recommended in the YouTube algorithm, okay? So, for me, here on DSP Gaming, it's very hard to even determine if and when this kind of stuff happens on YouTube, all right? Why? Because I'm not popular on YouTube anymore. You know, I have an audience that's a dedicated audience that likes the content that I put out for them. Basically what I make, it's called curated content. If you're not aware, what that means is that I'm not making content for the grand masses. I'm making content for a specific viewer base who likes the kind of content I put out, and I'm catering to that viewer base. I'm listening specifically to the feedback I get from that viewer base to improve the content, but I know I'm not making content that's going to go viral. I know I'm not making content that at any point is going to explode in popularity and bring in tons of new viewers or anything to this channel. Instead, I'm making content for those who like what I do, all right, and for those who want to support that style of content specifically, right? I've been around for 15 years. I like doing a certain style of content, although it has definitely evolved over the years. Very true. You know, we're in a situation where I have no aspirations, okay, to explode or grow. Take a look at my content in the last few months. I mean, my biggest video is my God of War Part 1, which got around 10,000 views in 2 months. That's the biggest video that I put out. In reality, the biggest video I did put out was a YouTube short of Sonic Frontiers that has like 30,000 views, okay? That's the extent of what my content is going to do in the modern day. I don't expect that I'm going to put out a video that's going to get 50 to 100,000 or more views. I don't expect to blow up in popularity, and I'm okay with that. I'm happy and thankful for what I do have. For someone who's been around for 15 years, I'm incredibly lucky that I have people who still enjoy what I do, follow what I do, and want to support it. You realize how lucky I am. Most people with a channel of my size and bringing in the amount of attention that I do don't get to make a living doing it. I know this. I mean, that's why I'm so grateful for those of you who do support this content as much as you do, because I am the exception to the rule. I'm the lucky one out here. All right. And, you know, a lot of people have issue with that. I get the feeling that's why a lot of people, even to this day, still don't like me, because they look at other people who are floundering and or struggling and want to make a living out of YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Mage. Super Chat says using Super Bowl in a commercial purpose violates the NFL's trademark without their consent. They should sue. It's why ads use the big game. I'm not too clued up on that sort of stuff. I guess Phil's logic is that if he reacts to the old advertisements, it's well past the kind of threshold of getting in trouble with copyright stuff. But I don't know if there is a limitation on that on older ads or not. But yeah, I'm not clued up on that whatsoever. It'd be kind of interesting if it happens though. It would be quite interesting if the NFL say, hey, we don't like this, we don't approve of this, and just shuts Phil down. That'd be quite funny. And also, yeah, prayer hands. There we go. Prayer hands been ticked off. Thank you for letting me know, guys.
Don't like me because they look at other people who are floundering and or struggling and want to make a living out of YouTube and they can't. And then they look at me and they're like, well, wait a minute. Phil brings in what? Not even 1 million views a month, but he's making a good living doing it and we can't. Yeah, because I've been around for 15 years. I have that rapport with my hardcore audience, people who love the content so much. I'm essentially their paid cable. You know what I'm saying? They become a member of the channel. Every once in a while they come by, they'll support a stream with a super chat or a tip. They want to support this content because they get so much out of this channel for free that they want to see it continue, and that's why they crowdfund.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Barrett Wills for Super Chat. It says he'll lower a members' goal to hold the event. He'll get claimed for copyrighted ads and cry that Team Ico and Emo didn't do enough. Potentially, aye, quite possibly. By the way, I rewound the stream to try and start, not the stream, but I rewound by 30 seconds or so to get that incredible, ridiculous, rant again.
I am the exception to the rule. I'm the lucky one out here. All right. And, a lot of people have issue with that. I get the feeling that's why a lot of people, even to this day, still don't like me because they look at other people who are floundering and or struggling and want to make a living out of YouTube and they can't. And then they look at me and they're like, well, wait a minute. Phil brings in what? Not even 1 million views a month, but he's making a good living doing it and we can't. Yeah, because I've been around for 15 years. I have that rapport with my hardcore audience, people who love the content so much. I'm essentially their paid cable. You know what I'm saying? They become a member of the channel. Every once in a while they come by, they'll support a stream with a super chat or a tip. They want to support this content because they get so much out of this channel for free that they want to see it continue, and that's why they crowdfund it. You see? A lot of people don't get that. They just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Phil's not virally popular, so why can he make a living doing YouTube? This is why. My formula is different. It's curated content for a specific audience. It's not, oh, I'm trying to run on the viral trends to become popular today, and I need to go viral to make a living. That's very unique on YouTube. It's very different. That's also why I have absolutely no sponsors, no partners, no product placements, no referral codes, no playing a game and advertising it and getting paid to do it. There's no Raid Shadow Legends on this channel, And I'm lucky. Because a lot of major content creators who are much bigger than me have to resort to those means, and I don't. So thank you so much for that. I just want you guys to understand how much that means to me, that you allow me to still make the content I love, not have to sell out to keep doing it for a living, and still be successful. So thank you for that, okay? Now, all that being said, what that means is I'm a different animal than everyone else on YouTube. I really am. I don't get affected much when YouTube has a big bug anymore. Back in the day, you could watch me doing vlogging and channel updates about YouTube's done it again. The views are frozen. This isn't working. That's not working. Because it used to affect me big time. Back in the day, your popularity on YouTube was very much determined by video view count, subscriber count, and basically having your content hit that algorithm so that more people would check it out. In particular, the first 48 hours of any video being on YouTube were the most critical times. If your video hit the algorithm within 48 hours, then you'd see a distinct increase in attention. Jasper, do not mess with the lighting. You were doing very good today. Please don't mess with the lighting, Jasper Kitty. Don't do it. If I see you doing it, you're going to be in trouble. Okay? I got to keep an eye on him. He's back there. Okay. So, that being said, it did affect me back then. And, it was a huge deal. I need to have my video be popular in the first 48 hours, because after that, you see a giant trail off of views as other videos start getting pushed into the recommended on YouTube. Okay? Jasper, now, what did we just say? He tried to sneak it. He tried to sneak it. No being sneaky behind me. Jasper, no being sneaky. He's trying to be a sneaky kitty. You nut. Here, let me get you him and pet him. You're a good kitty. You're a good kitty. You're just like every other cat. He's a curious cat. He loves messing with stuff. You're a good kitty. Be a good boy today. Don't mess with the lights. And I get nervous. He's gonna hurt himself. It's something new to him. It's something interesting to him. Jasper, come on, buddy. Don't do that. Don't boop the lights. He's a nut. He's a nut. Anyway, getting back to the subject. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I gotta pay attention to him when he does stuff like that so he doesn't hurt himself. So, basically, here's what's going on YouTube right now. Okay? Kind of the same shit that used to happen 10, 15 years ago is happening again today, or at least has been happening in the last 48 hours. So basically, content creators across the site are reporting that their videos are going live, and with maybe a few hours, they're doing normally. All of a sudden, the video views will absolutely tank out of nowhere, even on a new video. It'll go, oh, and then whoop, like straight down, like you're falling down the side of a cliff. Okay.
Now there is your hand graphs right there. For anyone curious what hand graphs are, there you go. That is a double bingo right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you even got the sound effect, the slide whistle sound, right? That's correct, that is correct. So yeah, there's your hand graphs. We're 4 away from a full house. By the way, Phil has 85 likes on his stream. He might get to blow bubbles before recording for gameplay again. Just saying.
And then maybe they'll go a little bit further up, and then again, and the next thing you know, it's done. So there's content creators who typically would put out a video that would get like 1 million views, and it started increasing, and then all of a sudden it tanked, and then it went up again, then it tanked again. So here's a video that should have 1 million views, only has 300,000. Someone that was reporting their video should have like, usually 10,000 views, they only got 2,000. And then someone else did something interesting. They actually were screen capping. They actually were screen capping their video view performance, and it was the weirdest thing. So it showed that when the video went live, it was going like this, and then all of a sudden they screen capped it later, and the chart vanished and went like this instead. It's like, wait, what? So at first YouTube showed, yes, this was getting attention. Jasper, stop that right now. He's moving the lights again. Stop that. Don't make me get the water bottle. Be a good kid. So you're like, how could it be? How could it be that it was going up like normal, and now you're saying an hour or two later it never did that, right? It's actually, it's deleting its own data and replacing it with other data, claiming that the video didn't do anything. It doesn't make sense. You can't get views and then lose the views, right? This is not the first time this has happened. I've seen this happen before many years ago, where the site basically gave everyone inflated views for no reason, and then weeks later deleted them all. So all these videos that looked like they had hundreds of thousands of views only had like 10,000. It's pretty messed up. Now again, here's the thing. For someone like me, this will not affect me, okay? And if you take a look at my video views for the last 48 hours, it very well could have affected my videos. I can tell you this, my Game of the Year and most disappointing games countdowns, I put them out on Sunday night, okay? That was just under 48 hours ago. Within the first 24 hours, each video got between 1,000 to 2,000 views, around 2,000 views, I would say. And now all of a sudden in the last 48 hours, it hasn't gotten 1,000 views. It's a little weird. Normally, with a series like that, the ones that people wait for all year, usually it's kind of consistent over 3-4 days. You'll see it go up, 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 and then it'll, you know, kind of plateau and dip as everyone's already seen it. I know that I have an active viewer base of probably between anywhere from, on a daily basis, I'd say about 1,000 people check out my videos on my YouTube channel. But over the course of a week, I probably get 10,000 people who check out the videos on my YouTube channel. So you would think that each day it should be increasing, right? But it's like, okay, 2,000, only a couple hundred, you know, what happened? I don't know. Do you believe that? Do you not believe it? I don't know. One thing I can say distinctly is that, yeah, it seems like all the videos I put out yesterday have way less views than they usually would. Let me give you some examples, okay? So, you know, I'm looking at my videos for yesterday that I put out, okay? And, you know, in a typical day, when I put out content, it should usually get a baseline level of viewers. Like, for example, if I put out any kind of a playthrough, it would be insanely rare for a video to not hit like 400 views within 24 hours. Like, that would be ridiculously rare. It would have to be like part 40 of an ongoing JRPG, and people aren't caught up on the JRPG yet. And then, for some reason, it'll be like 200 views for several days as people, you know, didn't get to it yet. But for the most part, whenever I play a new game, even if it's a crappy game, usually that game gets really good views. Right now, my Need for Speed Unbound playthrough, the highest view video is 697 views, and the next parts barely have 400, okay? Here's really the telling thing. The podcast that I did yesterday, not even 600 views, although typically it does anywhere from 800 to 1,000. The Daily Wrap doesn't even have 400 views yet. And here's the really telling thing. Warzone from last night. For those who don't know, my Warzone videos actually end up getting really good views, usually between anywhere from 800 to 1,000, you know, almost overnight. One of my Warzone videos claims it doesn't even have 300 views yet, okay? And I'm looking at it like, what? It doesn't even have 300 views yet. After being, you know, more than 12 hours it's been live. That's incredibly rare. And it doesn't make sense because last night, particularly, was a really good session of Warzone. Everyone was talking about how exciting and dramatic it was. So how could the Warzone videos have such low views? There you go. And again, this seems to be an anomaly. It doesn't seem to be something that's common. Usually, you know, certain playthrough videos do well. So what is it that's causing it? Okay. Is it that YouTube isn't counting views properly all of a sudden? Is it that YouTube is not recommending the videos properly to subscribers? Because this also has happened infamously over the years. Basically what's happened is people subscribe to your channel, you know, great. Now when new content comes out, tell me about it. And then they don't get any notification whatsoever. So they have no idea new videos came out and they don't watch them. Then they come days later like, what the hell? Why are there 3 days of content here? I didn't even know it existed. This is very infamous on YouTube. You know, people used to accuse YouTube of this all the time, to the point where YouTube programmers came out publicly on the internet claiming it wasn't true, and then people factually proved that it was happening, and then they literally never addressed it ever again because they basically looked like idiots. So it's not me just saying this, and by the way, I'm not complaining either, like I told you guys. For me, this really isn't an issue. If I have a few days of lower views, there's no one virally coming to my channel, right? There's no one saying, oh, I just discovered DSP Gaming from the YouTube algorithm, and I'm blown away at how good the channel is. Let me now bring many, many others over to the channel. You know, that doesn't happen. This channel has been around for so long. I basically cater my content to my audience that wants to see this kind of curated content. So eventually I know people are going to see the content. Is it a little disheartening when I do my year-end series? And yeah, I want more people to see it. And within 24 hours of those videos being live, apparently something happens on YouTube and now no one can see them anymore. Yeah, it's a little disheartening. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, is it the end-all be-all of anything? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to really affect me in that much of a negative way. You know, hopefully it resolves this issue, whatever it could be. The thing is...
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Mage for super chat. It says, my man brushed my hair, rang him not balding. Famous Phil reference there. Phil's busted up hairline, not his fault, nothing he could do, because it's his mother's fault. For brushing it wrong. Good old fucking reference there to Phil back in the day for trying to find a way to somehow blame someone else for his dumbass hairline.
You know, hopefully it resolves this issue, whatever it could be. The thing is, unlike me, many people on YouTube do rely on YouTube views to be accurate. They do rely on YouTube videos to be recommended. Who? Well, these people who basically put out highly edited reviews, montages, countdowns, drama videos, news videos, react videos. Essentially, anyone who follows the YouTube formula for success right now is getting real pissy about it. Because imagine this. Think about this. You operate a YouTube channel, all right? But you don't put out daily videos like me. That's not your formula. Your formula is you put out one big video a week. Maybe you stream once or twice a week. And then maybe you do like, you know, a minor video a week as well. So in 1 week, maybe you're putting out 4 pieces of content, but you're putting a lot of effort into the content you're putting out there. You're researching, you're editing, your voiceovers, you know, a lot of work. It's not raw gameplay, it's not a podcast. It's actually you doing a lot of work to put out a highly stylized, produced video. That's perfectly fine, and I respect that. A lot of people do that kind of stuff. But now imagine, this is the only content, right? The only content that you put out, and you work hard on it, and you put out this video, all right? Man, here's my new video. I hope it does well. I hope my viewers love it. I hope more people on YouTube see it. And it's supposed to be a video that typically would bring in a certain audience and a certain amount of views, and you get half that. You get less than half of that. You get a tenth of that. And then on top of that, the views you got 3 hours later disappear. And YouTube is basically saying your video doesn't really exist, or it's not getting prominence, it's not getting any kind of push. You know, that's concerning, right? That's very concerning. Imagine if you worked your ass off putting out specific content, you had a release window for it, you released it during the window, and no one could see it. Or people saw it, but it didn't count, right? That sucks. And again, if you're someone who's beholden to that kind of stuff, what if you have brand partnerships and sponsorships, right? And the reason you're able to get those is because of your reach on YouTube. Maybe typically when you put out a video, you get 200,000 views or more. So a brand is like, ooh, I can get my product out there to 200,000 people if I have this person be a, you know, I'll sponsor them. And so you get that sponsorship opportunity. Now, the next video the person puts out only gets 20,000 views. Oh, well, you know what? That's just not worth our time. We're not going to have that person as a sponsor anymore, and you pull the sponsorship, right? That's huge. That's a major problem. And how is that the content creator's fault? Because YouTube screwed it up, right? It's not. So I can definitely see why people right now are freaking out that their video views are all off, way low compared to what they normally should be. And they're basically, a lot of people are saying they're subscribed and they're not getting any notification that they're getting any new videos coming out. So that's why they're not even going to their channels to check them out. So, by the way, this is not just content creators saying it. They reported it to YouTube, and YouTube responded on Twitter, that Team YouTube account. They said, all right, we've gotten multiple reports about this, and we are looking into it. It seems like there is a problem, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. And that was, I mean, that's where they left it a couple hours ago. Not the first time. Won't be the last time. You know, all I can do is kind of shrug and be like, well, it is what it is. For me, thankfully, I don't have to freak out about it. Take a look. We got our typical number of viewers on the stream. Thank you for that. We're going to play Resident Evil. Typically, we get a lot of engagement on Resident Evil streams. Thanks for that. As long as you guys continue to support the daily content I put out, it doesn't actually matter how many video views I'm getting on this right now. Now, let's be honest here. I would certainly hope that it will be resolved. Not only, you know, for my sake, but everyone's sake. But yeah, if this ends up being something that's long-term, what if in 1 month, typically in a month, I get around 750 to 800,000 views, okay, on DSP Gaming. That will amount, typically, to a certain amount of ad revenue. Now, already I can tell you in January, ad revenue is down. We're only 10 days into the month. All those Christmas ads are gone. So already, there's been a distinct dip in income you're making on YouTube, regardless of what you're putting out there. It just always happens this time of year. But now, right, if this ends up being something majorly a problem, where, you know, video views aren't counting, ad revenue isn't counting for that, and everyone ends up losing a bunch of money, that's not good, you know. Luckily for me, no, the vast majority of my income on YouTube is not ad revenue. But it is a percentile of it, you know, and it does make me nervous that if something like this long-term happens, right, it could affect stuff. I mean, I'm just curious how quickly I could pull up some data here. Let's see here. Oops, I opened the wrong thing. If I open up my YouTube Studio app, and if I go to Analytics, and if I go to, let's see here, Revenue, okay, and if I go to, let's see here, Revenue sources, okay? Okay, yeah. The vast majority of the income that I make on YouTube is through transactions, meaning super chats, super stickers, super thanks, very little super thanks, but super thanks nonetheless, memberships, renewed memberships, gifted memberships, all right? Definitely. I can see I'm looking here, and absolutely, that is the majority. But a good chunk is ad revenue, you know? And if that ad revenue were to just go away, because, you know, YouTube has some weird bug and they're not attributing proper views or anything anymore, right? That'd be a problem. Yeah, for everyone, not just me, but everyone. Anyone who runs ads on YouTube will be affected. So that's what I mean. These site-wide bugs and these issues, you know, YouTube, the way they run things, they've always done it in a certain way. The way YouTube runs things is thus, and I know this is going to sound weird. They don't test anything, all right? They don't. They have coders who basically make site-wide changes, and then they just hit the launch button. And essentially, you are the beta tester. Even though you're operating a business on YouTube, you're the tester for their changes. And 9 times out of 10, their changes don't work as intended. There's always some unforeseen repercussions because they made a site-wide change. And now you're left there scratching your head saying, why doesn't this work anymore? Why did this change overnight? Where did my revenue go? And now you got to pick up the pieces of what they broke. And it's kind of messed up because it's always been like this on YouTube. It doesn't make sense that they wouldn't actually actively be talking with the people who use their site the most. They don't talk to people with experience. They literally just do whatever they want, and then everyone else has to deal with it after the fact, and it's just incredibly stupid. It is. It's like, it doesn't make any sense that they operate their site like that. And then, this is also infamous with YouTube. If they do something wrong, they screw something up, and you call them out for it, they want you to report it, but they will never, ever, 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 ever admit fault. I have not once in the entire 15-year run that I've been using YouTube ever seen them say, oops, we goofed, we screwed that up.
Shut up, bitch!
They will deny anything that they did wrong, and then sometimes they'll actually fix it. But they won't ever go back and say, oh yeah, that we screwed that up, so now we fix it. For some reason, they have this kind of like, we're better than you, we're smarter than you mentality.
Bruh.
That's never changed. In the entire time I've been on the site, it's the same. It's very weird the way that they operate their business. Because other businesses usually are willing to work with their customer base. They understand that things can go wrong, and they're like, well, all right, whatever. No big deal. Let's work together. Let's fix it, right? But they don't. They, oh, no. We definitely aren't going to admit that we did anything wrong whatsoever, ever, ever, ever. But then mysteriously and miraculously, the issue will get resolved. It's like, huh? Why did you fix the issue then if there was nothing wrong? Again, I don't know why it is. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But it's very odd, and, So that being said, everybody, it's not a huge deal for me. It would be a bigger deal if this is something that doesn't get fixed. Obviously, it's only been in effect for about a day. And distinctly, yeah, I could say my initial views on videos seem to be down. I would have thought that my year-end series would have had day 2 views that were pretty good, and it looks like the views went from this to this within one day. That's a little abnormal. It looks like all the content that I put out yesterday, for some odd reason, didn't get many views at all, including my podcast, including the Warzone videos, which makes no sense because Warzone always does good here, yet somehow those views are down. So, yeah, I would say it looks like kind of my stuff's in line with what everyone else is saying too, and obviously we want this to be fixed, right? There's many factors in play here, and for me, thankfully, 1 or 2 days is not a big deal. For other content creators,
alright, okay. By popular request from Black Mage, he wants me to play this.
For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be talking and saying absolutely nothing.
Literally 1 or 2 days could be make or break. Imagine if, again, you were working a week on a video, and yesterday was the day you put out your big video for the week, and you wanted everyone to see it, and for some odd reason, it got no views, it made no money. Why? All my other videos do. Why did this one not? Because YouTube messed up? How is that fair? Right? And by the way, the other thing about YouTube is, I should also emphasize this. When YouTube fixes an issue, that's all well and good. They never go back and rectify what went wrong when it was going wrong. So for example, if a big YouTuber right now put out a video yesterday, and normally that video will get 1 million views, and instead it only got 200,000, YouTube will absolutely do nothing to rectify that situation with the content creator. Oh well, you lost 800,000 views that would have paid you like $1,000 in ad revenue. Oh well, tough shit. Make another video. That's their attitude. They never fix anything. There's like, they don't care. They don't rectify anything behind the scenes. There was a guy who, he was a content creator. I just saw his video a couple weeks ago. He was a content creator on YouTube, and he did a certain kind of game. And forgive me because I've completely forgotten the kind of video game he covered. It's not the kind that I play. And he was well known on YouTube for being the guy that covers this style of game. And he used to be partnered of all places with Machinima. You all know my history with Machinima. Well, when Machinima went out of business, they sold all of their partnership contracts to another company called Fullscreen. I think it was Fullscreen. So this guy had his partnership dumped from Machinima to Fullscreen. Then Fullscreen went out of business and sold off contracts. But then what ended up happening was everyone got dumped. Anyone who was in those contracts had to figure out their own way to basically monetize their channels individually. And so what they were told to do was, you have to have your own AdSense account. You have to link your own AdSense to the channel. And then once that contract ends with Fullscreen or whatever, then you'll have your own partnership contract with us directly, YouTube, and you'll make money on your videos directly. That's what I've been doing for many, many years, ever since I got out of all those partner programs back in like 2017. And since then, I was like, I'm going solo. I'm not even going to try to be with another company. And I've been fine since then. Okay, I never had an issue
Well, okay, I take it back. There was one issue, and it was a YouTube side issue that they had to fix. But outside of that, everything's been fine. But there was a guy, okay, just listen to this. So his channel always made ad revenue and everything. He's changes his channel over from a partnership contract with one of these partner networks to an individual AdSense account. All right, he's doing everything correctly. On his end, he's being told everything's fine. A month passes. He checks his statistics. It says he made $0 in ad revenue. What? So he contacts YouTube, and YouTube basically tells him, nah, everything's fine on our end. Everything looks good. So another month passes, and it still says he made no ad revenue. It's like, something's going to be a problem here. Comes time when he's supposed to get paid, he doesn't get paid. $0 payment. He's like, huh? So finally he contacts YouTube about it. He's like, dude, you understand? I've been making content for you now for 2.5 months, and you have ads running on my content. There are advertisements running on all of my videos for the AdSense program, but you're telling me I'm making $0. So this guy went back and forth with YouTube for like 2.5 months, and it took him that long to finally get an answer from YouTube. And YouTube's answer was there was a glitch or something wrong with your AdSense account, and basically even though you had one linked, it wasn't on. The AdSense account had a switch or something internally that wasn't turned on. Therefore, you weren't earning any ad revenue. And therefore, no ads ran on your videos. And the guy's like, wait, what? No, I know ads were running on my videos. I saw them. My viewers saw them. So now it's a case of he said, she said with YouTube. And he argued back and forth with YouTube. And YouTube basically said, as of now, it's working. You should see ads on your videos and you're making ad revenue. And he confirmed now he's making ad revenue again. But basically, there's 3 missing months that he made content. And YouTube absolutely refuses to do anything about it. Even though they admitted it was a glitch with his AdSense account that he had no control over fixing, they will not pay him for his money. The money he's owed. It's like, what? The hell is that? How is that fair? That's YouTube's attitude is, oh, well, if something goes wrong, you figure it out, you fix it. And by the way, once you fix it, don't ask us to do anything about those months it was screwed up because we're not going to do anything for you. YouTube has been sued and lost in court over this kind of stuff, class action lawsuits and others, and had to pay big payouts because they do this stuff all the time. So it's pretty messed up. Anyway, the point I'm making here is it would be concerning if it's 1 or 2 days. Okay, big deal, right? Big deal if in 1 or 2 days, you know, everyone's views are down. But can you imagine if this ends up being 1 or 2 weeks, months? Everyone's views tank. No one's making revenue on YouTube anymore simply because they screwed it. Some idiot coder flipped a dumb new piece of code and screwed up the entire algorithm. And now no one can get anything, right? It's pretty scary, isn't it? That's why I'm very happy that I don't rely on these things that much anymore. Yes, ad revenue is important to me, and it is a supplementary part of my income, but it's not the majority of my income, thankfully, because if it was, I'd be in a lot of problems if I was relying on that and it wasn't coming in. You know what I mean? Thankfully, it's not my end-all be-all. At one point, it was. But, man, I feel I empathize with these big content creators because I've been there. I've been in that situation where you're doing nothing wrong, YouTube screwed something up, and now you suffer for it, and there's absolutely no way to have restitution for it. You just got to go through a rough time now because YouTube screwed something up. And again, they don't really care that they did. They don't feel like they're responsible for restitution of anything they did wrong, nor will they ever admit that they did anything wrong. It's kind of messed up, isn't it? All right, guys. Anyway, that's about it. All right, so that's all I had to talk about. We still have some extra time on the podcast, so if you guys have any topics you'd like to talk about, by all means, hit me up here, tag me in the chat. As of right now, we have absolutely no contributions at all. 0. No super chats, no super stickers, no memberships, no gifted memberships, and no tips. I have absolutely nothing to shout out today. 0.
It's a bad day for Phil when I'm doing better than him for getting, you know, contributions on our stream. Bloody hell.
All right.
That wee worried laugh, man. Look at that shit, man. I need to see that one more time.
That's about it. All right. So that's all.
So I just want to see Phil's face, and then he stares at his chat and stares at the cam. You know, look at the monitor at his side where he's got his own face, his own cam, so you can see how he looks, and then he stares down at chat again. A wee nervous laugh.
I had to talk about. We still have some extra time on the podcast, so if you guys have any topics you'd like to talk about, by all means, hit me up here, tag me in the chat. As of right now, we have absolutely no contributions at all.
It's unreal. So even before, whenever I don't get contributions, I don't remind you guys that I've had no contributions, do I? The fact of the matter is, if people want to contribute, they will when they can, and I'm appreciative of it, but there's days when it doesn't happen, and I don't bring it up because it's not a necessity, it's not a requirement. It shouldn't be, oh my god, it's so fucking disingenuous and just fucking downright disgusting seeing Phil remind his audience, by the way, morons, you've not given me any money yet. Exactly, Prof, it's a guilt trip segment, exactly.
Hit me up here, tag me in the chat. As of right now, we have absolutely no contributions at all. 0. No super chats, no super stickers, no memberships, no gifted memberships, and no tips. I have absolutely nothing to shout out today. Zero. All right. Excuse me. So what would you guys like to talk about today? Sir June, I've answered that a million times. I'm not wasting my time answering your repeat question. Sorry. Ern says, check out Chained Echoes, an awesome JRPG. It's on Game Pass. Chained Echoes. Okay. I'll look at it at some point. Certainly not now because we're all going to be playing multiple RPGs. More animals in your content. Why don't you put Jasper in your content? Everyone likes animals. Because my content's not about animals? If I was making content about animals, then he'd be in the content. I make gaming content or vlogging content. You know, and as I said many times, I don't want to turn my pet into a monetization. You know, a lot of content creators, I hate to say it, they take their pet and all of a sudden their pet is a cartoon character. They're on shirts, they're on merch they sell, they're in all their artwork for their channel, they're showing up and have segments in their content. It's like, you're cashing in on a family member, basically, right? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to monetize Jasper, right? It's ridiculous. If Jasper wants to come in here and be a part of the stream, he's welcome. You can jump on the chair, I can pet him, we can play with him a little bit, and we've done that many times. I tell you what he's up to, his antics, I take pictures every once in a while, but I'm not going to turn him into, that's the stream. That's ridiculous. You know, I feel like that would actually be messed up. I'm now publicizing and monetizing my pet, who's supposed to be a cherished member of the family for personal gain. I'm not going to do that. There's too many people who do that shit, and there's also people who do it, I hate to say it, with their kids or other family members. You know, these are people who never signed up to be, you know, on YouTube or be a YouTube celebrity, and yet they're being constantly monetized and you know, thrown out there. It's messed up. I'm not doing that. Okay. Do I regret doing the Jasper reveal? Of course not. Why would I regret doing putting Jasper into my content as a natural part of the family? That's the difference. Today, Jasper can join us on the stream if he wants. The door's open. If he wants to come in naturally and just be silly and say hello and jump on the chair, great. But where's the Jasper cam? Where's the Jasper merch? What about an entire Instagram dedicated to Jasper? No. That's ridiculous. That's called exploitation, and we're not going to do that. Okay? That's my opinion. You can disagree. You can completely disagree if you want, and you can say, hey, it's all good. It's up to you. That's your opinion. My opinion, that's exploitation, and I'm not going there. All right? Jade, what's going on? Good to see you here today. Favorite film or film series? Don't really have a favorite film or film series. I would say there's many over the years that I've absolutely loved. You know, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, The Lord of the Rings, right? But that's just a few off the top of my head. You know, don't have anything that's particularly my favorite. Yes, JDTV, I've heard about this game Temtem, but sadly Temtem is only on PC. I don't really have capability to play and capture PC games. The Flying Dutchman said I'd pimp out my cat. He's down. Well, hey, more power to you, I guess. But again, that's not... Well, I'm not in it for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jasper, I love having him being a part of our family. And again, if he wants to be a part of a stream or whatever, and he actively comes in here, that's one thing. But I'm not going to be actively trying to turn him into a piece of monetization for the content. That's ridiculous. Okay? One Piece Odyssey review embargo lives tomorrow, and reportedly it's 30 hours long. Cool. Thoughts of people going back to CRT TVs for retro gaming? Ain't nothing wrong with that. All those retro games were designed for CRTs. That's why they don't have input lag or anything when you play them. A lot of the graphics display better on a CRT than the pixelization that you see when you put it on like a flat screen or, you know, a computer monitor. Nothing wrong with that. Right? Well, okay. Interesting question by Michael. When am I going to start uploading the old Final Fantasy 13, LA Noire, and Red Dead Redemption playthroughs? We didn't come to a determination about it yet, but I have a follow-up for you. Okay? Someone had made an interesting suggestion. They said, if you're going to upload those playthroughs, now you found them. I did. I found them on those old hard drives, okay? And we could do that. We could very well have it so that I start uploading some of those playthroughs very slowly so that way I don't flood the channel. But what I actually found out is basically I can upload a video to YouTube and have it not be sent to my subscribers. I know that sounds weird, because why would you want to do that? But yeah, I have the ability that I can upload a video, but there's a box you check. And basically what it means is it'll show up on the channel, but it won't be broadcast to everyone who follows DSP Gaming that it's a new video. Now, obviously, what's going to happen there is probably no one's going to know the video went live, and people are going to have to know to just actively start checking the channel on a daily basis for those videos. What I can do is add them to a running playlist, and every once in a while I can advertise, hey, here's the playlist, check the playlist regularly, because there'll be new videos in there every day. And we were talking about this about 2 weeks ago, right? Where it was the hard drive stream. That was when my capture device broke. We had the hard drive stream. Excuse me. Annoying frog in my throat. Sorry about that. So we had the hard drive stream. We went through the hard drives. We found the Final Fantasy 13, LA Noire, Red Dead Redemption, Suicide Kings, and other stuff as well that I could upload. But we basically didn't come to a consensus. Like, how should I do it? What should I upload first? What do you guys think? Right? What would you guys prefer to see? Would you prefer to see LA Noire, Red Dead Redemption 1, or Final Fantasy 13? What would you want first? And how often should I upload? Right? How many videos a day? Is it, you know, so that way I don't flood the channel. See what I mean? Immediately people are disagreeing. So until we come to an agreement on what exactly you guys want, I don't think I should start doing it yet. You see? So that's what I mean. I'm all for it. If you guys want to see me start uploading the classics to the channel, I could easily plug in the hard drive and every day have maybe 5 videos go live, like 50 minutes of content a day. Right? We could do that. And then maybe on days off, I upload more. Right? We have more that actually goes live or something. I could do that. But that's really on you guys what you want. And I can tell you right now, there's no consensus. People are completely disagreeing in the chat what they want. You see? Let me know. If you're watching this on demand, leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you want. And maybe what we'll do, maybe next week what we'll do is we'll do a bunch of stuff all at once. We'll launch the viewer's choice playthrough. Maybe we'll start doing the slow upload of the old classic stuff, but I won't have it. It should be sent to the subscribers so that way they don't get bombarded with stuff. No, I'm not streaming them. No. Oh my God, stream? No, upload. It's just a way to have those videos again on the internet. Because remember, those playthroughs are lost to the internet. They used to be on YouTube channels that don't exist anymore. I'm not going to stream. They'll just be uploading behind the scenes. They'll go live on the channel. If you want to watch them, you'll check the playlist or whatever. But it's not going to be something that's publicized or shown to all my subscribers. It'll be like kind of a behind the stream thing, you see? However, we're not a sailboat. No, I have not. All right, so let me know your thoughts, and I think what we should do, remind me next week, when I come back from my break this weekend coming up, remind me about this, and let's come to a consensus, okay? And let's determine what we want to do. I'm actually being told Temtem is now on consoles as well. I didn't even know that. Thank you for telling me at this point we just finished Pokemon. I don't think we're going to do it right now, but it's a possibility for maybe later in the year. All right. My henchman I sent to Perry's house did a super chat. What the heck does that name mean? Who's Perry? Perry's, P-A-R-R-I-E-S? Perry's house? You were parrying, like Third Strike, you were parrying something? Anyway, my henchman I sent to Perry's house. I don't know what the hell that means. Thank you for the super chat. A tip has come in. Ugly Tuna Roll has tipped me $4.20. Outside of work, how much are you of a risk taker? Are you more conservative on your decision making? Cheers, and you are rocking on Warzone. In my normal life, I'm not actually sure what kind of risks I could really be taking. I would say one of the biggest risks I ever took was moving across the country the way I did. And, you know, it worked out in some ways and definitely did not work out in others. Like, I think overall, my quality of my life is better. My health is better. You know, obviously, you know, my family life now is way better. Like, all that's better. At the same time, you know, financially, it really screwed me over. And, you know, I'm still feeling the repercussions of that to this day. I'm not square on that. So it's kind of a mixed bag there. But outside of that, you know, what risks do I take? Not many. I don't really have much to risk. It's not like, oh, I have money and I can gamble it on the stock market and stuff like that. You know what I mean? No, I'm not. I don't do crazy parkour stunts. I don't climb mountains. No, I don't do any of that stuff. Not much of a risk taker, I guess. Okay. No, I've never been to an Olympic Games. Okay. Anything else, guys? We still got some extra time. Anyone else has any questions or whatever you want to tag me in the chat? Mirror's Edge is based on Phil's Average Tuesdays. There you go. That is correct. John Smith says, did you lie to Resident Evil about climbing mountains? Yes, I did. Alexander, did you put your entire livelihood in the hands of YouTube? That's pretty risky. No, I don't. Absolutely not. Do I choose to actively put my content on YouTube? Yes, I do. Have I grown and you know, done stuff to a community on YouTube here to make it flourish? Yes. Does YouTube control my life? No. At any moment, I could literally just say bye-bye and lift all this up and go somewhere else. There's other competition. Sure, it would mean losing mainstream YouTube popularity, but I don't have it. Right? Like I've told you guys a million times. As I said, I have a dedicated viewer base that likes who I am and follows me no matter where I go and will support me no matter what happens at this point. So if anything were to ever fall apart, you know, with YouTube or whatever, I could go somewhere else, you know? Cyber Showdown did a super chat and says, I'd love to see the Rumble again. You can bring Jasper as a character. You mean, a simulated Rumble in WWE? The game? We may do more in the future. We absolutely could do more in the future. We'll see. Maybe we'll even do one. Maybe we'll do a silly one. If we do my Super Bowl event, maybe we should do a sim match in WWE 2K22 and see if I can maybe have some NFL players in there or something. Or sports figures, right? Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Haseo says, we watch One Piece shows so you know who's who when you play the game. I know the main characters. I know them all. Because I used to watch and read One Piece. As long as there's not someone who's like brand new, I'm pretty sure I'm going to know the core casting. No, I've never played hockey. Mark says, Carlos, how many monthly views does DSP Gaming get? Like I said, it varies. I think usually it's between 700 to 750,000 at the bottom, upwards of like 800 to 850,000 at the top. Last year there was one month where I almost got 1 million views, and I think that was the Elden Ring month because I had inflated views for Elden Ring. But that's about it for now, you know. And you know, since basically the good news is I'm not dipping, but I'm also not really growing. It just kind of plateaued because I'm just basically again making content for that one specific audience. But I am slow growth. Like you see a little bit of few new subscribers every month, and that's good. I don't prefer a console. I don't prefer PS5 or Xbox Series X. I think they're equal when it comes to capability. You know, one has haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. I don't think they add that much. You know, one has Game Pass, although the other one kind of has Game Pass now. They're very similar. If I haven't watched or read One Piece in over 10 years, his main cast, I won't know. Well, you got... See, I gotta see them all to remember their names. But you've got...
Money, money, yeah,
God, I
yeah.
can't remember his name, the chef's
Money,
name.
money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Meth Bear for tipping, who says, Phil, the dollar Sigma Chad, who never did anything wrong and apologised for everything he did wrong versus YouTube, the billionaire beta cuck, who does everything wrong and never, ever, ever apologises. What a bitch. Well said, Meth Bear. I couldn't believe the contradicting statements Phil was making there. Like, you know, it's like he wasn't aware of how much he was making himself. You know, he's speaking about YouTube here, and yet, if you don't know the context of what he's talking about, you'd think he was talking about himself, for fuck's sake. It just blows my mind how unaware he is of how, you know, the things that he says about other people sometimes are so pertinent and relatable to him. He's just so unaware of it.
I remember Sanji, I remember Nami, I remember Nico Robin, I remember Chopper. I can't remember the chef's name. Or as soon as I start playing 5 minutes in, I'll remember them all. That's the thing, like, I need to see them again and hear them in action, and then I'll immediately start remembering them again. Okay? See, Sanji's the chef, Zoro's the swordsman. Right. Who's the guy with the longer nose, the navigator? I forgot his name. I'll remember them all. I know I will, because I remember their personalities and abilities and everything. But I'm never going to remember Usopp. I always forget Usopp's name for some reason. He's the sniper. I don't know why I forget him. I always forget his name. I remember the character, I forget his name. Anyway, trust me, it's not going to be that bad. Unless there's someone brand new after, like, Chopper. Didn't at one point, didn't they add the shark guy to the crew? Even though originally he was a villain? Didn't he become, like, part of their crew later on or something? I think they did. I can't remember, though. I don't know. We'll figure it out tonight when I play it, right? No, I've never seen a volcano in person. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, guys. Thanks. Thanks for watching. And great podcast today. Great end to the week. I had a good chill time with all of you. I hope you enjoyed the topics we discussed. Hope you like the lighting. And let's finish up Resident Evil. Alright. Man, there's like I feel a chill coming in.
Did not see that one coming. Wow.
I do have to use the restroom quickly.
Okay.
Okay, let's get set up. I do have to use the restroom quickly before we get started. Hopefully it won't be a long break. It'll just be a very short one for me to use the restroom quick. But I do have to use it before we begin, especially for survival horror. It behooves me to use the bathroom before I poop myself. Play the game. Let me get the controller. Hold on. My leg. Crap. Phew. Oh! Stretch. Oh, man. Oh, stretch. Stretch it out.
But we're doing a lot off camera. Like, you can't see him stretch.
I'm dancing, see? I'm stretching, dancing. See this? I'm getting the blood flow. What do you think? Do you guys hear Jasper? He's talking in here. Do you hear any meowing? He was meowing. Jasper?
Oh, I hear him. I hear him. I think I know what he's going to say. Jasper, what was that he said?
God, it's like you just use words you hear randomly to try and sound smarter.
Excellent point, Agent Decode. Excellent point.
Jasper, say something, buddy. He was just talking. You didn't hear him? He was over there. He was chatting it up. I was dancing around the office to get the blood flowing, and then he started meowing to me as I was dancing. Okay. Kotaku has published an article about demonetization of old videos on YouTube. I got here again. Not sure if I knew. The demonetization is not something new. All it is I guess they're running their new monetization algorithm on old videos and finding that a lot of old videos don't adhere to the criteria that they would want ads on today. So they're basically taking the ads off old videos. It's not anything new. It's just their policy is now you can't swear within the first like 15 seconds of a video. You can't have a swear word in the title or the tags. You know, there's these new criteria that they instituted like 3-4 months ago, and you know what's happening is these are now applying to all videos on YouTube. They flipped the switch on this algorithm, and a lot of older videos now are losing ads because of it. Now, the thing is, my older videos don't get a lot of views. This isn't going to affect me in a huge way. You know what I mean? It just won't. It's not a big deal. But for someone who has like giant videos, legacy videos that used to be popular, and people still go back and watch them today, this could be a big issue. You know, what if you're the kind of person, again, you put out 2 big videos a month, and all of a sudden, all your content from the last 5 years, you can't have ads anymore, right? It sucks. For me, again, it won't be a huge deal. I have a giant catalog of videos that have already mostly been demonetized for various reasons, like content ID claims and shit over the years anyway. But I could definitely see someone who's a big YouTuber, makes limited content, but big videos, that's where they make their living, and all of a sudden all their big videos are demonetized. That's a big problem. I could definitely see that. Okay. I received a $5 tip from Gamer Guy says, after Chopper, Robin the Archaeologist joined the crew, who was originally a villain who worked with Crocodile in Alabasta, only to reach a personal goal. After Robin, Frankie the Cyborg joined as the crew's shipwright. Then came Dead Bones Brooke, the crew's musician. Finally, Fishman Jimbei was recruited as the helmsman, though he's not in Odyssey for some reason. Huh. So probably some of those I will not know, honestly. A few, I mean, some of those don't sound familiar. But I'll know most of the major ones. That'll be cool, though, because it'll be like having new characters in the game. I wonder if you can play all of them in combat. That'd be kind of neat. And they all have their own unique abilities and things. That'd be pretty cool, actually. So thank you, Gamer Guy, for the $5 tip. That's the biggest tip of the day so far. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Yes, JDTV, I know. You said play 10 400 times. I saw you the first 300. Thanks. Okay, let's take a brief break. I'm just going to run next door and use the restroom. I'm not going to monetize this or run any ads. All I'm just going to do is literally go next door, use the restroom, wash my hands, and come right back. And then we're going to begin with the end game of Resident Evil 1, okay? So thank you, and I shall be back in just a moment. All right.
And this is the part where I fast forward, because I can fast forward.
Resident Evil.
Oh, he's back. Here we go. Here we go. We might still win, who knows?
All right, guys, I'm back. I'm ready to resume with Resident Evil 1 Remake. Sorry it took so long. I went to the bathroom and I heard a noise. So I just, I pulled back my shower curtain. There was a hunter in there and he made a swipe for my head, tried to insta-kill me. And I had to duck. And luckily Jasper said meow and the hunter turned. And I grabbed him. I took his head. I smashed it into the toilet. I smashed it again. I smashed it. Smashed it. Smashed it. Smashed it. Porcelain and gore squirting everywhere. Anyway, so here we are. I'm ready to finish the game. So, I received a $2 tip, it looks like. Hold on a second here. From Barry Burton. He says, here, take this Phil Valentine. It's effective against living bills. Barry Burton. Thank you. I appreciate the $2 Magnum rounds. That's ultra effective against living bills. That's really nice of you. Thank you, thank you.
So you guys want to see that in like real time?
And luckily Jasper said meow and the hunter turned. And I grabbed him. I took his head. I smashed it into the toilet. I smashed it again. I smashed it. Smashed it. Smashed it. Smashed it. Porcelain and gore squirting everywhere. Anyway, so here we are. I'm ready to finish the game. So, I received a $2 tip, it looks like. Hold on a second here. From Barry Burton. He says, here, take this Phil Valentine. It's effective against living bills. Barry Burton. Thank you. I appreciate the $2 Magnum rounds. That's ultra effective against living bills. That's really nice of you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, and Gamer Guy to another $. I feel it's important to take note that Odyssey takes place after the One Piece time skip. The crew fought a tough enemy and lost. They ended up separated, decided to train for 2 years to prepare for stronger enemies that await them in the new world. That's why their outfits have changed. Luffy has a scar on his stomach. Zoro has a scar on his eye. Oh, I don't know any. I actually have no idea about that. I don't know anything about a time skip in the plot line. Hopefully they'll get us caught up on that, because I'm not aware of that. You know, again, when I was watching them, they hadn't even like found the Grand Line or anything yet. I don't know if they ever did that. Right? Did they ever find the treasure on the Grand Line or whatever? I don't know. Anyway, it'll be fun tonight. It'll be fun tonight. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's get this going here. Let me get my headphones plugged in. I just find it funny that they always like think that they're at the biggest, most important thing. Like, I still remember I watched the whole season where they were in that flying island. What was it called? Skypea or whatever it was. And they were like, oh, we're up here in the sky. We're fighting the gods and stuff. It's like, and then after that, she's like, nah, that was just a bunch of normal dudes we beat up there. It didn't really matter. Now back to Earth for more crazy stuff. Oh, by the way, there were way more powerful people down here anyway. You just didn't know about them. Those people up in the sky actually weren't that tough. It's like, what? They live in the sky. Like, anyway. Skypea was a filler arc. That's funny. You have to wonder how much time it would take to watch One Piece from the beginning to now. I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty insane. Okay, are we ready? Let's boot her up. Let's get started here. Let's resume with Resident Evil 1 Remake. If you're wondering why my backlights or the ambient lighting doesn't look as strong today, it's actually because it's the daytime and the sun's out today. So even with my blinds down, some natural light still comes through. And when the natural light comes through, it hits the back wall, and therefore it kind of washes out the color. So just to show you. So here's blue. Blue looks a little better. Here's purple. Purple you can't even see today. See that? Seafoam. Different colors. But I want to do red for Resident Evil, but it doesn't look as good, sadly. And there's nothing I can really do about that. You know? And Nero the Thunder God was really tough, but they would never beat him if Luffy wasn't made of rubber. I mean, exactly. He's a rubber guy, so basically the electricity couldn't beat him. It was kind of lucky, right? Resident Evil. Did we? People are saying we hit the celebratory bubble blow. We did. All right, let's do a celebratory bubble blow now. Let's get it out of the way.
Hooray, we get a free space.
Oh my god, it's absolutely disgusting, guys. I'm very sorry.
Whoa, we get 2 free spaces. That was 4 burps. And I think, yeah, no, wait, sorry. We're at 8 burps. I thought we had more burps than that, sorry. That was like 4 burps there. but we're 2 away from another free space with the burps. So, yeah. Bank leaks, there was not 6 burps, it was 4.
Celebratory bubble blow. Thank you guys for your support today so far. Remember, so many ways you can help out DSP Gaming in the streams. Simply liking this stream will bring more people to the stream because they'll know that it exists for engagement purposes. Super chats, super stickers, help out a ton. Memberships, gifted memberships to help us hit our members goal for the month. That'd be great. Tips, because for tips rewards, you know, certain tiers, $50, $100, $150, you get different tiered rewards as well. All that would be greatly appreciated. All right, guys, thank you. This is how I make my living. So thank you so much. Okay. Fight your fears and survive. Okay, everyone, welcome back.
Okay, it's recording for YouTube now. Sadly, that is the end of DSP Bingo. We do have one more to tick off, and I think we should probably mark off $15+ in tips, purely for the fact we can get a double bingo from it. You know, I think it's the only one that will give us a double bingo. So, yeah, we'll mark off that one, and that'll be the... So yeah, sadly we've got 22 out of 25. He didn't say detractors or trolls. I didn't even mention detractors or trolls today. He didn't say positive. Bizarrely, he didn't say positive. He usually loves saying that fucking word as well. And we didn't get siege mode either if he folded his arms. I'm not going to lie, we might have to remove siege mode. I don't think it does it. It does it sometimes, but it doesn't do it a whole lot. It's one of those things that's hard to check as well, because it's not a word that he says, you know, so it's like, you have to kind of notice it to see it, if that makes sense. You can't just check pig go for siege mode. So, yeah. So that's the end of the DSP Bingo, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for being able to keep me right in the card, you know, help me keep counting the snorts and burps as well and all that shit, you know. And who knows, we might get a full house Thursday when we return, you know, for some more bingo. Phil is off tomorrow, remember, so there's no bingo tomorrow, there's no Phil tomorrow. He'll be enjoying his day off. I do hope you all enjoy your days off as well from Phil stuff. That being said, I imagine we'll have a podcast at some point tomorrow, some wee show, so keep an eye on the tractor stuff. And I am going to wrap things up how I always wrap things up in these streams. I am going to show off Pixar Animation's Amazing Me Video Notorious PIG contributions. So guys, once again, thank you very much guys for joining me for the bingo tonight, and also keep me right in the card and contributions as well. Thank you for tipping and super chats and all that. I do appreciate anything you guys are willing to give some dumb bastard like me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Hope you enjoy your Phil-free day tomorrow as well on the Wednesday, and I'll catch you all on Thursday hopefully for some robust bingo content. Until then, have a good one guys, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Free.
Money, money,
and it's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone.